Let's get that switched over to live chat as usual. Hello everyone. How are you? I'm half dead because I only got a few hours sleep after work. Hope everyone else is doing well.
Well, hey people, Setcher. I am exhausted, tired.
No, shit, I guess everyone's tired today on stream.
Yeah, a ton of bit.
Hello fellow retards who hate their lives. That's one way to describe it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yo, slept like shit gang here too. Even chat slept poorly.
Yeah.
Well, at least we're united in that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have too much to start off with today, I don't think. So should we just get into it?
Yeah. Like, let's just go.
Yeah, I'd say we can just start.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, $5 from Dominic the Donkey. Thank you. Hello, Stag lads. Hope you guys are doing good besides being tired. I'm doing well.
Doing pretty good. Had a great stream today, so still
My head
tired.
hurts, but it'll go away.
Oh yeah, Pagan's kind of dying right now, so... At least we don't have a horrible, terrible, awful video to cover today.
Oh, no.
Well, it probably isn't. Anyways... you guys
We can
all
safely say we've seen worse, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
I don't think it'll be as bad as even last week. You guys all ready to go?
Yep.
yeah, I'm ready. I got no commentary. I'm ready.
Alright.
Oh, this is Apocalypse, huh? Yep. Pretty bad, right? What do you guys do around here? Well, I mostly just sit in my lawn chair and occasionally eat people. You haven't, like, tried to rebuild society? Nah. But what about repairs? Your house has a giant hole in it. Ah.
Okay, so... Obviously it's a little skit. It already bugs me that he's using New Vegas for this.
Why is he using New Vegas footage?
Because this is the one game where they are trying to rebuild society of the 3D games, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a bit fucked already.
Yeah.
He's starting from a very bad position, you know.
Yeah,
With
it would
I
at
mean,
least...
like,
it would
with
at least...
with Fallout 3, that would be in a much better position to say this because they don't do anything.
Yeah, literally. The NPCs in Megaton just wander around all day doing nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe he's going off of like Fallout 4 and being like, because it had a settlement system, so you were technically rebuilding things. So, but New Vegas doesn't
we'll
do.
have to see. We have to see where the fuck he's going with
Yeah,
this.
or maybe
Yeah.
Fallout. Who knows? Maybe he's doing Fallout 1 and 2 where they have like Adobe houses and stuff, and he's like, "Well, Fallout New Vegas doesn't have Adobe houses."
Yeah, but that's such a simplistic take on it.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but it's a desert. It's sand.
Right.
There's a big difference.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll just see.
Mhm.
It's not that big of a rain comes down. You just go to the other side and ignore it. What's wrong with you people? Yeah. So, you hungry? This may come as a bit of a surprise to some of you, but I'm not really a big fan of post-apocalyptic worlds. I guess that shouldn't really be that surprising considering the fact that I've only ever done 2 videos on the Fallout series. One was about Fallout 76, and the other one was titled 5 Things Skyrim Did Better Than Fallout 4. So I feel like it was kind of obvious that my opinion of these games was not particularly high.
Well, the fact that you're saying Skyrim is better than Fallout 4, I don't know. I think Fallout 4 is better than Skyrim, but again, the bar is so fucking low, you could walk over it.
I will say I've already kind of gotten that take when you did that sketch that you were already just not a fan of the genre at all. So I've already kind of gotten that.
So that's a big of a weird thing is when somebody's not a fan of a genre, like if you're not a fan of real-time strategy games or you're not a fan of turn-based combat, kind of you've already like lost yourself at the door. That's kind of your price of admission to go in.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like those strategy civilization type of games, like they don't appeal to me. I don't then go out of my way to make a video and say why I hate civilization or why it sucks or why it makes no sense. I just don't play them. I don't, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're not versed on the topic, so therefore you're not going to make a video about it.
Exactly.
Or at least I would hope you wouldn't.
I don't do
I wouldn't.
I don't do fucking visual novel things, so I ain't gonna fucking talk about visual novels.
Well, especially when you're like talking about the whole genre or
in this case, an entire setting or thematic through line of a genre.
And if I do actually go out of my way to make a video about something I don't even know anything about, I would hope that people would make videos on my video and respond to me. I hope people would do that, because I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to be the guy who doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, educate me if you must, okay?
Yeah.
That's my way of giving y'all the green light to make responses to me if I ever make a bad video.
Nah. Oh shit, did Element get a full... No, it's a Halloween icon.
Yep. I wanted him to go full lich, but he went with, like, necromantic power instead.
Yeah, necromancer. It kind of worked out better.
Yeah, the other drawing looked more like a crow.
Huh?
Of course. I was saying, yeah, the other one kind of looked more like a crow, and it just didn't work out. It was better off as the necromancer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Talking about how I was never going to talk about the Elder Scrolls ever again, there were some people who commented that means it's time for Fallout, which... No. However, I did realize that there is actually something related to this topic that I want to discuss, which is why post-apocalyptic worlds fucking suck. And I will be breaking this down.
Okay, so
I mean,
fucking suck is a very different statement from
Yeah,
again,
you just kind of...
Fucking sucking is kind of the point of a post-apocalypse. The apocalypse happened, dude. You're in the aftermath of the fucking apocalypse. Shit sucks.
Well, I'm pretty sure he means like it's just.
Like
I think he means like
You
it
know what
sucks
he's
in the
saying.
terms of. It,
I know
don't
he's saying
like
because
it.
again, the premise of his video is that they make no sense.
But now we switched
So-
gears to they fucking suck, and here's my reasons.
Yeah, it's so annoying. I was actually kind of like, giving him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, oh well, it could still be good. He could still make valid points, and then he just kind of shot himself in the foot there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of
I
expecting
was just
just
spinning off
absolute
of it.
shit.
I
Yeah.
was just spinning off of it,
And
taking it more literally.
And this does seem more Fallout centric than general post apocalypse. So saying the whole setting doesn't make sense because of some games doesn't make sense to me. Because we all know Bethesda's post apocalyptic games kind of fucking suck.
Bethesda's post-apocalyptic apocalypses don't make a fucking lick of sense at all.
But that doesn't adhere to things like 28 Days Later, The Snowpiercer, or other post-apocalyptic worlds in the same genre. Like, he's making this all-encompassing blanket statement that post-apocalyptic worlds fucking suck.
Well, it's more he's talking about games specifically. So I guess my question would be, why would post-apocalyptic games in particular make less sense than post-apocalyptic movies or books or TV shows or whatever else?
Well, we got to see if he goes into this argumentation at all. We have,
Oh, part of me thinks he's gonna say like it's all too brown.
Oh god!
No,
God.
you just have fucking PTSD at this point.
Down into two specific categories. One, why they make no sense, and two, why they are boring. So let's...
Okay, so you're gonna have to do a lot of work.
The second one we can just destroy immediately and say, "That's interesting to me." Bam, done. You failed.
Yeah, I don't get the boring thing.
The first one, you're gonna have to lay out a lot of fucking groundwork for how it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I'm willing to hear him out, though.
Especially if you're gonna target New Vegas over anything else. Like, he could talk about the other games, but he's already started with New Vegas in his little skit, so that kind of makes me think, oh boy, this is gonna be bad.
Yeah, it's just it was especially weird when he's talking about it's got holes in your roof. It's the fucking desert, my dude. Rain ain't exactly a thing that comes here very often.
Yeah, the acid
people aren't really
rain
worried about
in
that.
the
They're more
desert.
worried about shade than they are rain.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, the whole boring thing, like, I guess he could explain, like, why he personally finds it boring, but that...
Yeah.
My problem with those
he's using it as a statement of fact. It is boring.
And
yeah, I mean,
my problem with those arguments generally is it is so absurdly subjective what you find boring or what you find funny or whatever else that, like, it's not an argument that will...
Okay.
You can't do much with it.
As I guess a recent example, there are people that can play RuneScape for hours and hours and hours on end, and they're totally fine. And then there are people that would look at that and be like, oh my god, this is the most boring thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm going to go back to playing Halo or Call of Duty or something instead.
Yeah.
Again, people are different. They have different tastes. They have different styles. They have different wants that they look for in their entertainment media.
Yeah. And I think we mentioned it before, but, like, a lot of people will say, oh, watch paint dry as, like, hey, this is as boring as watching paint dry. But there's some people who are genuinely fascinated about the ways paint dries because they paint miniatures or whatever else.
Yep.
So, like, just saying something is boring, it's not an argument.
no.
It's just how you feel, which, fine, I guess, but it doesn't... It doesn't really mean anything when you're discussing, like, the quality of something.
I'm starting to notice that people who... I'm starting to notice there's, like, a pattern of people who have really shit takes also tend to not understand what a subjective opinion is and what an objective fact is, so they'll just kind of meld them together.
Yeah, that seems very common with...
I'm seeing this a lot. There's a very clear pattern going on here. People with these kind of opinions don't seem to understand what the difference between the two are.
So,
that's something I get accused of a lot, that, you just think it's bad because you don't like it. No,
and we explain that fully, that, like, we provide evidence, so no.
With his second point, the way that you could convince people that something is boring is if you put down a fucking mountain of evidence, my dude.
Which isn't going to be in a 10-minute video.
Yeah. This video would probably need to be 10 times as long.
See,
for one point.
Go ahead.
That's the thing for me, too. I was going to mention this at some point. A lot of these 10, 15, 20-minute videos, they seem, to me, antithetical to, like, what their entire point is. So, example, here's a video explaining why the post-apocalypse makes no sense. Man, I don't think that's a conversation you can have in 10 minutes. No. I think that's a subject that would require a lot of discussion.
And, even if you were to try, I'd still want to hear your arguments. I still want to hear you out. Like, what about it is boring? What about it is illogical? Yeah, like, give me something to latch on to, even if it is 10 minutes.
We've got to see where
I do think we're going to get to that in this video.
Yes.
Let's get into such a stupid YouTuber thing to say. By the way, in protest of the idea of me making a Fallout video, there will be no Fallout footage in this entire video. I stand my ground. Now this...
Okay, so that's...
All right. So he's not going to provide evidence for what he's talking about.
If he starts talking about Fallout and then he doesn't provide any fucking evidence of it, this is
that is a huge problem.
If he says shit like, like the buildings, like nothing's being rebuilt, and then you don't show anything of New Vegas, but you're talking about New Vegas, you're gonna have a real shit problem there, buddy.
Well, it gets worse than that. Pagan, because let's go back to his example from earlier. Oh, there's a hole in the roof, so you don't care about rain getting into your little crap shack. Well, we've got one game that should have rain and doesn't, one game that doesn't have rain because it's in the desert, and one game that does have rain because it's... I don't know, I guess they added rain back in for Fallout 4. So, like, two of the 3D games have no rain, so that's not going to be concern for characters. So if he makes a generic statement like, oh, such and such happens in Fallout, we've got 3 different games that handle the world in 3 different ways.
Right.
Yeah. Well, again, we'll have to see what the fuck his arguments are and everything.
And that's part of why providing footage as evidence is so important. Like, it just seems really silly to me. Oh, I'm gonna protest using footage. Like, man, you're shooting yourself in the foot here. You are not making it easy for yourself to make these arguments.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost providing evidence, like in video. It's almost like you're a YouTuber, you know? Like, that's what you do.
And if you're gonna do
God,
this,
he's got a fucking Mandalorian poster on the wall.
oh god, yeah, I just noticed that. Yeah, if he's gonna do this, like, I'm gonna make a protest. If he's gonna be like, I'm gonna make a protest and not show any Fallout footage to talk about this, well, then you better not mention Fallout. Mention something else.
Not only is he firing from the hip, he's also doing it blindfolded and facing the wrong way.
Well, I've already lost respect. Fucking post-apocalyptic worlds don't make sense, but here's my Mandalorian poster.
Yeah, considering that show is about a fucking train wreck as it gets when it comes to illogical nonsense bullshit and that fucking...
Yeah, if you like that garbage, it's a little hard to argue that other things don't make sense. Just gonna say.
Yeah.
Alright.
This is an opinion that I've had far before I ever even discovered the Fallout series. Post-apocalyptic worlds to...
Okay, so it's not even Fallout in particular, it's just post-apocalypse.
And again, you went in with a preconceived bias, but now you're talking about something that you already say you don't like, but you've never tried to expand on it, or you've never tried to actually like put your dislike of it to the test. Now you're just going to tell people why it's illogical.
And not only are you going to do that, you're going to not show footage, you're not going to show any evidence for what you say, and you're just going to shoot from the hip and think it's all going to be fine.
Well, fucking, this video's already a resounding L.
He'd better come in with some really, really good arguments. That's all I have to say.
Well, I know you've seen this video already, so I'm pretty sure you're being cheeky there.
I am.
Here we go.
I'm trying not to ruin it for people.
All right.
To me, just didn't feel quite right. And over the years, I started to realize why that is. In your stereotypical post-apocalyptic world, whether it be Fallout or The Walking Dead, or practically any of them, it seems like society itself has completely stagnated and there is no hope for humanity. But when you...
Well, okay.
Stagnate. The point of a post-apocalypse is that society has collapsed. What the fuck do you mean stagnated?
Like, how do you think the apocalypse comes about? Do you think just everybody just suddenly stopped and just lets everything fall into disrepair? No, a fucking event happens. In the Fallout universe, it's everyone took mutually assured destruction as the go-to word and decided to nuke the entire fucking planet.
You know, to address what he said about how there seems to be no hope for humanity in the post-apocalyptic world, that is very far from the case. Like, that is very untrue.
It all depends on the setting.
Yeah, I mean, like, for example, Fallout New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas, they are the followers of Apocalypse who educate people and provide medicine and other services to people to get them off addiction and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of different groups that want to rebuild society and help people. So the idea that there is no hope for humanity, it's just wrong. You know? It's incorrect.
Did he say no hope for humanity?
Yes, that there's no hope.
I didn't even hear that part. I heard the society stagnates part. I'm like, fucking what?
Yeah, he said, it seems like society stagnates
and there's no hope for humanity.
Yeah.
Now, there are ones that's like that. Fucking Mad Max is all about that. You take what victories you can get, but humanity is basically fucked. And
Yeah.
everybody kind of knows humanity's fucked. That's why Mad Max choosing to do the right thing is so fucking important.
Yeah.
Because he will literally get nothing out of it ever.
Well, that's what's weird to me too is I think all the Fallout games have a hope for humanity. Like even Bethesda's shitty Fallout games, they don't end on like a grim dour note that humanity is doomed forever. It's still hopeful that hey, things might be better in the future. There is well, Fallout 4 kind of fucks that up completely, but even Fallout 3, if you do the good ending, it's like, oh yeah, you're providing water to the wasteland. Things aren't doomed, you know?
Yeah, which makes me beg the question of how long have you played these games? Like, have you ever finished a single one?
No, he
Yeah.
already admitted that he went in with a preconceived bias and he didn't even bother trying to change his taste. While making a video now about it, a preconceived bias where he hasn't changed.
Right,
at all.
where he
or
shows,
hasn't even bothered to do the research and look into it.
where he shows Fallout New Vegas and kind of makes a little funny skit, bashing it a little bit, you know?
Yeah. And not realizing why it makes fucking sense in
I'm starting to wonder
New Vegas.
I'm starting to wonder if he specifically picked New Vegas or if it was just a random screenshot.
Probably.
I mean,
well,
it was
multiple. It was multiple from New Vegas though, because remember when he would do the camera 1, camera 2, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry, reverse shot.
Yeah. Shit, I guess you're right. Because if it was just random screenshots, well, I don't know.
Just have to see.
Yeah.
I backtracked this a bit too, so we can get all that.
All right.
Walking Dead, practically any of them. It seems like society itself has completely stagnated and there is no hope for humanity. But when you contrast that to reality, you start to realize that that makes no sense because it's humanity's desire to create and move forward that got us to where we are today. And the idea...
You do understand, again, it's a post-apocalypse. Okay?
Well,
humanity might have its desires, but that don't mean fucking much when the A-bombs hit.
I think part of what he's getting at is that there is actual stagnation, but it's mostly Fallout 3 and 4. New Vegas actually shows a world that's rebuilding and trying to reestablish itself.
New countries and shit. NCR is its own fucking country.
And this is what I meant earlier by if he's making vague statements about the games without specifying, because there are different ways the 3D games have been handled. That's why the clarification is so important.
That's why footage would have been really fucking helpful too.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that, Fallout 1, 2, and 3 are all about humanity moving forward and forgetting the past and, trying to make a better world free of that shit that brought the world to ruin in the first place. And they are trying to rebuild. Obviously, it's not going to be a gleaming utopia that looks as good as the past did. Like it'll probably never look like that again because of what happened. But they are trying to move forward and do something disconnected from the past, But you do have the occasional holdouts who cling to the past and all this stuff. It's like that's the whole point. It's like part of the theme.
Not in 3 though, so I gotta disagree with you on that one.
Well, yeah, obviously not in fucking 3
you
or
said,
4.
You said 1, 2, and 3.
You did say 3.
No, I did. Oh,
yes.
Yes.
I thought I said 1, 2 in New Vegas.
No,
No,
1, 2, and 3. That's why I was.
Oh, what the fuck? Why did I do that? Well, okay, I don't know why the fuck I said that. I meant 1, 2 in New Vegas, not 3. Obviously, not fucking 3 or 4.
And yeah, if this argument was being applied strictly to 3 and 4, I could agree with it more, because it does make absolutely no fucking sense that 3 and 4 are as stagnant as they are. Fallout 4 tries to explain that the Institute fucks shit up, but even then, that explanation doesn't really make sense because, man, the whole Institute doesn't make any fucking sense.
no sense because it's humanity's desire to create and move forward that got us to where we are today. And the idea that everybody would just abandon that desire is kind of weird. And this isn't just a desire to rebuild society itself, but a desire to do anything at all. For example, I was playing Fallout New Vegas on Twitch.
Oh boy.
No.
There it
He's gonna
is.
reference the one game that
Creating a
is.
society
you
growing
idiots.
and expanding and creating new things.
New Vegas is literally about factions vying for control so they can progress to Wasteland in what they
In
think is the
their
best way to
image.
progress.
Yeah, they are literally reconstructing the country. They are literally forming governments. They are rebuilding. That's like the entire point of all the games to reference. This is one of the worst that you could have done out of all the 3D Fallout games.
Especially
Yeah,
since
Why would you do this?
You
Especially
pick the
since
one that goes
Megaton,
directly. Yeah.
especially since Megaton is such a slam dunk. People literally do nothing. They've been living in fucking scrapped airplanes for 200 years. Well, it's probably more like around 140, 100 something. There isn't an exact timeline given on that. It just wasn't immediately.
Yeah,
Point
I mean,
is-
there are no large factions in 3. It's just people living in small towns and never coming together to rebuild. There's no semblance of like a country or a society or a government or anything.
Yeah.
Except
Brotherhood
for
is
the
at your
villains.
Yeah, except for the Enclave. That's it.
Yeah, and they're shown as it's a bad thing to do that. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, which is retarded.
Again, you picked the one Fallout game that already directly contradicts your already insane take. Good
mean,
job.
It's strange because like what he says here isn't wrong, but he picked the bad example. He picked a really bad example of one that doesn't do it, even though that the New Vegas does. It does.
He built up a straw man, and now he's picking the one game that directly contradicts his straw man and is going to use it to try to knock down his own straw man.
Oh.
I just want to
Oh,
read
and
off-
keep in mind, no footage. No
fucking
footage.
We're just gonna have to take your word for it, Mr. Cantina, I guess.
And thank God those of us that have actually played the game know that you're fucking wrong already. Good job, buddy.
I just want to read a comment out quickly. Howdy, this is going to be really rude, but are you screen recording your Discord call, or is it a stream widget? That's not rude. Yeah, it's literally Discord. I had to... You can change the shape of the windows on OBS, so I set up Discord so it just records our icons. Anyways.
Yeah, okay. As Daniel K points out here, people having no drive to rebuild and create, I don't think that huge statue of 2 people shaking fucking hands was there before the war.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good one.
God, it,
itself, but a desire to do anything.
Sorry, you're
it
starting to say something?
literally commemorates an event in the fucking games world.
Yeah.
Desert Rangers shaking hands with the NCR Scouts to form together. Jesus.
I mean,
They're also
if you didn't make it to the Mojave Hot Post yet, then what leg do you have to stand on to make
Here we
such
go.
claims?
yeah.
Here's
And then
a
there's
perfect
the
fucking
there's
freeze
the
frame.
Hoover Dam. The fact that they're literally trying to gain, a foothold on this thing that gives them power, that electricity to New Vegas and the surrounding area.
Yep.
Like that's kind of wanting to rebuild. You also have the gigantic fucking walls all around New Vegas. I don't think those were there before.
Yeah. But yeah, the perfect fucking freeze frame. This is what Intelligence Zero looks like.
Oh, fucking savage.
Abandoned desire is kind of weird. And this isn't just a desire to rebuild society itself, but a desire to do anything at all. For example, I was playing Fallout New Vegas on Twitch. I kept on pointing out how weird it is that all these people have been living in these homes, yet they've literally never bothered to clean them. Like, not just to wash the walls, but like to remove all the debris, replace the furniture, or literally anything. If I had decided that a place was gonna...
I would love for you
What?
to show us some fucking footage because
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
do clean up their houses.
Yeah,
For the most
all
part.
the homes that actually have people living in them, they're cleaned up. They're like
Well,
they actually look really nice.
occasionally you'll find like some trash here and there or a broken sink or toilet or something, but it's nowhere near the extent of Fallout 3 where there's literally garbage littered everywhere. Like, look at what a fucking mess Rivet City and Diamond City are. It's insane.
Literal like piles of trash and boards and
Yep.
just like sofas leaning against walls, blocking hallways and shit. Like, what the fuck is this? But so for him to be like, oh, in New Vegas, they don't clean up their own homes. The only places I've seen that look absolutely like filthy is places that are completely abandoned and have not had anyone living in them for
So
a
here's
long time.
Here's what I'm curious about. Here's what I'm fucking curious about. When he was in Doc Mitchell's house, did he think that that was a fucking disaster area, or does he think that Doc Mitchell picked up? Because you see, Doc Mitchell picked up all the things, he put them on shelves where he threw out trash. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and that's
Did
literally
you not even
all
bother
of the houses.
looking around Doc
Yeah,
Mitchell's house?
If he goes to any of the houses in Good Springs,
Well,
they're all cleaned up except for the ones like the schoolhouse. Yeah, the schoolhouse is gonna look like fucking shit because literally nobody lives there.
And he
I was
also, I was gonna say, he also makes the assumption that the people who don't have clean houses have clean water in abundance, even though the taps literally have irradiated dirty water coming out of them. So it's hard to clean your house with dirty irradiated water.
Yeah, and they're not gonna go all the way to, like in Good Springs example, they're not gonna go all the way to the source to get clean water so they can wash their fucking house. That's so they can drink.
Yeah. 200
That-
rubles from Bad Unius.
Thank you.
Hi guys, have some nice and sweet pain. I'll watch this later.
Pain. Thank you. And
$5 from Mystic Space. Sorry, I'm late. What did I miss?
Oh, just that post-apocalyptic games, in particular New Vegas, make absolutely no sense, and I'm not going to provide evidence.
Yeah. He's just going to say that this happens, and he's not going to show us any evidence of it at all, which is really... Yeah.
Anyways, I was also about to bring up the Mojave Express example that I brought up in a previous stream, where, yeah, it's this house people are living in, but if you go into their back room, there's another doorway there that's inaccessible, and all the garbage is on the other side of that door. They took the time to clean up their living space specifically. Like,
yep.
New Vegas is the one you don't want to... And again, this is why you're going to need visual evidence, because if you're saying, oh, hey, this place is a fucking mess, well, we don't know what you're talking about, because the places we've seen have been cleaned up where it makes sense to be cleaned up. You can find shacks... You can find shacks that are a mess, but it's clear that they've, as you guys said, have been abandoned, or there's that one shack where there's like a finger stuck to a wall with a knife. It's like, okay, clearly whoever was living here got fucking killed.
Yeah.
All right.
And here's another aspect that I don't know, maybe completely blew past this guy's fucking small brain.
Yeah.
But there are people that like to live in squalor for some fucking reason.
Oh yeah, there's
modern day society when society hasn't fucking collapsed, okay?
Yeah, there's
Fiends.
Yeah, have you noticed that one of the like one of the worst looking houses in the game that is still being lived in is No Bark Noonan's house?
Yeah.
Don't you shit talk No Bark. Fucker.
Hey man, I'm just saying.
What's funny about what he said too, in Jamestown, it's completely taken over by super mutants and nightkin, yet that is one of the most cleanest places to live because they have defenses, they have a good source of water, food sources everywhere. Like, they have everything they need, and so their places are generally much cleaner.
And they don't have to worry about the same heat that the valley and the fucking desert has to.
Yes.
So it's just a much nicer, more pleasant place to be, just in general.
Yeah.
Again, this is why video evidence is important. I don't know how many videos this guy's done before. I don't remember seeing much of his, like, I don't think I've watched any of his content before, but evidence is kind of important to prove your point.
Yeah,
I mean, he does it with
the I'm not gonna show footage thing is so fucking stupid. He's really shot himself in the foot, and it really feels like he just did it to be like, well, if I don't show the evidence, maybe people will believe me.
Well, it comes across more childish the way he presents it at the start. Oh, I'm protesting having to do a video on Fallout, so I'm not going to show footage. Like, wow.
But he's still doing a video on Fallout, so
no, I know.
It's a completely moot point.
It doesn't make any sense.
That's what I said in my video.
$2 from a guy under a bridge. Thank you very much. Don't they suffer less fallout due to houses MDS? Question mark.
In New Vegas, yeah, there. I think he said he shot down something like 90% of the missiles shot at them.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, House said he could only really protect the local strip itself. If he had the platinum chip, he would have been able to protect all of Las Vegas. The entire fucking city would have been able to survive. But he didn't have the chip, so he was using his limited missile defense system that he could. So unfortunately, the outskirts of Vegas got hit.
And even then, that put him out of commission for like 80 years or something.
Yep. That's why it was so bad luck that the platinum chip arrived a day late.
Why is he even dreading doing a Fallout video? You don't have to do a Fallout vid if you don't want to. Yeah, exactly. I've never understood that mentality either, that, oh, well, I have to make a video on this topic.
$2 from Mystic Space. Yo, Mr. House Gang.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do genuinely think he's the best bet for the Mojave.
Yeah, I like Mr. House. He's pretty cool.
Without a doubt.
Move all the debris, replace the furniture, or literally decided that.
Replace the furniture with fucking what?
How?
What?
The most you can do is get some sticks, string them together with some, like, I don't know, some random wire you find somewhere, and use animal skins to make a fucking seat. Why would you do that when you have...
Here's an argument I can see this, because people would probably think this is clever. Well, just go take it from a house that's abandoned. It's like, yeah, I'm going to prioritize getting new furniture in the apocalypse instead of, food, water, and just a good place to sleep where I ain't going to freeze to death or burn to death.
And, say you do take out that couch or whatever the hell you want from that house, who's going to protect you from, a raider just stabbing you in the back while you're carrying that home, Yeah,
it's it's furniture.
Yeah.
It ain't something really useful to you.
Yeah, worst case, you can live without furniture. If you don't have a bed or a chair, you can sit on the floor, you can sleep on the floor. Like, furniture is legitimately a luxury.
Yeah, like, it's literally shown in the game that some people sleep on, like, cardboard boxes that have been, like, pulled out and lengthened like a bed.
Yep.
And the thing is, I think he's talking about Good Springs specifically, because that's the only thing that comes to mind for me. And Good Springs, they don't have an overarching, like, military. They don't have people out here protecting them like that. In places like Jamestown, they do. Jamestown, like, they're a town of super mutants. They have all the protection they need.
Jacobstown, not. I wouldn't use Jamestown.
Jacobstown. Sorry, Jacobstown. Jamestown. What? Yeah. Jacobstown. They have all the protection they need. They have fortifications. They have clean water. They have Brahmin everywhere. I'm sorry. Bighorners everywhere. You don't. So it's cleaner. They have furniture. They have all the things that they need. In fact, the houses on the side, the glass on the houses aren't broken. They're fixed. Like,
and let's assume he is talking about Good Springs. Okay, where are they going to go to get new furniture then? Are they going to take a Brahmin out with them and wander all the way to, say, Prim, which is already inhabited, and start lugging out furniture and then attaching them to, like, stringing them up to their Brahmin and then dragging it all the way back home?
I'm just imagining
why would they do that?
I'm just imagining a Brahmin walking about with, like, 7 chairs roped to its back.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why would you do that? And where the hell is Goodsprings going to get any new furniture other than making their own, which I've already explained is like the furniture they have now is perfectly fine. They have perfectly working chairs and sofas and all that shit. Why would they like take some sticks, rope them together, and then put animal skins over that? Like, there's no point. That's just a waste.
Yeah, making new furniture in this setting is going to be very difficult, to say the least.
And again, because it's a luxury, people aren't going to prioritize it. Like, good fucking God, dude. There are way more pressing concerns right now.
Yeah. I just want to grab these super chats quickly. $5 for Mystic Space. Thank you. The furniture will be Patrick's. Sand couch, sand TV, etc. All sand. And 100 rubles from Colin Archer. Thank you. I finished New Vegas and decided to play Skyrim again. Holy crap, the companion's reveal made me unreasonably angry. I can't wait for your Skyrim video. Thank you. I can't wait for my Skyrim video too. Yeah. So I don't ever have to fucking play it again. Unfortunately, it's being split into several videos, so got a lot more Skyrim to play in my future.
Yep.
To clean them, like not just to wash the walls, but like to remove all the debris, replace the furniture, or literally anything. If I had decided that a place was going to be my home, I would probably want to at least make it feel, you know, livable. But for some reason,
as we discussed,
people are making do with what they fucking got.
And how the fuck are the homes that we see in the game not livable? They look pretty nice, actually. Like, I've actually seen houses now that look worse than they do in this game. Like, I live in an area where people's homes look worse than this shit in the fucking post-apocalypse, dude. What are you talking about? They look perfectly livable.
Guys, have you ever seen a picture of, like, a hoarder's home?
Exactly.
Not just that, but here, I think we've stumbled on a bigger thing here. This has got to be one of the biggest, first world baby problem I have ever heard. Oh no, the furniture's sagging. There's a hole in the ceiling. It's not livable. No human can survive in this condition.
Yeah, that he makes the assumption.
That's where you should just grow a fucking spine, dude.
The standards of living has gone down since the bombs have dropped, and that's why people are living the way they are.
Yeah, that should kind of go without saying. If people have the luxuries of what we've all got today in the post-apocalypse, it's not that.
Then it was a weird fucking apocalypse.
Yeah,
I want to know what happened.
Yeah, it kind of defeats the whole point of it being a post-apocalypse game. If he's literally just complaining that it doesn't look as pretty to him, it's like, dude, yeah, that's kind of the point of post-apocalypse. Like, I can understand. If you don't like that, like, it's not your thing, like, I just don't like this aesthetic, okay, that's fine, but it makes perfect sense within the universe. You can't sit here and say it doesn't. It makes no sense.
And just to go back to the hoarders thing quickly, when I was a kid, I went fishing with my dad up north, and there's a lot of, like, big properties that are fairly remote, and you occasionally pass a property that's just full of garbage, like old beat up cars and like couches out on the fucking lawn and just complete fucking messes.
I live near a town
like that today.
Yeah, I live near a town that is basically a fucking slum. It's got extremely poor people in it. It's got a lot of drug dens and stuff. And when you go through the town, there are buildings that are completely, like, the outside is completely stripped, and you can see, like, that, what is it? It's not insulation, but it's like that.
One second, Pagan. D-Barts, I need you to stop that. That's going to only disrupt the stream. It's not funny.
Yeah.
What?
Go ahead.
He keeps doing the troll thing. He does it every stream.
Yeah, say press F to make them think the stream is down. Oh, I can't hear anything. The stream is down.
Oh, my God. don't do that. That's really annoying.
It is very annoying.
Yeah,
It wasn't funny the first time. It ain't funny the third time.
But yeah, there are buildings that are like the outsides are completely stripped, and you can see like it's not insulation, but it's like it's got like what is that called? Basically, they have like no walls. It's like the paper inside, and there's just trash. There's like piles of trash in the yard. There's like the porch is like sagging where like one side of it has like caved in, but the door is still accessible. And there's people that live in these places. They just ignore this shit like it's totally normal. And there's all kinds of buildings like this. Like there's literally houses where sections of like one side of the house has completely caved in on one side, but people are still living in it.
Oh, that actually reminds me. Have you guys seen the 4chan post of the guy who took a picture of a neighbor's house that's made out of doors?
Yes, I have seen that. It's hilarious. In Kentucky, yeah.
A house made out of doors!
Yeah, I've seen places like that around here, too. There are places just made completely out of, like, old barn siding and, like, tin metal. And they just, like, strapped it to the side of their house to, like, plug up holes and stuff. And basically, they've done it so much that the entire house is basically just made out of, like, barn siding and tin metal.
Well, one of the places we saw up north was a place made out of skids.
Yeah, we get those too.
Trust me, people make houses out of fucking anything sometimes.
Yeah, seriously, and that's today.
Oh my god.
We're not even in a post-apocalypse.
Yeah.
I think I just realized something.
What?
I think I know. This is the kind of dude who, when the internet is off, will have a fucking spazoid attack. He won't like try to just go to sleep or anything like that. He will be in full panic mode, just sitting there sweating the entire time, like life can't go on like this.
Yep, probably. Because even I get that way just a little bit, but I just get up and go do something outside for a bit until it comes back on.
Yep.
But yeah, so
or I just say fuck it, I'm old. I'll just go take a nap.
yeah, that too. if I'm tired. So yeah, I could totally see this guy being like freaking out if he doesn't have his electronic luxuries.
Yeah, if he's so upset that people in the fucking post-apocalypse don't have a proper chair, it's like, good fucking god, my dude.
Yeah.
Quite sad.
Not doing a good job of arguing his point so far.
Gonna be my home, I would probably want to at least make it feel, livable. But for some reason in post-apocalyptic worlds, that's never something that really comes up. They just kind of accept that this is how it was left after the world was destroyed, and that's how it's gonna be from now on. But even when they
Except it's not.
Oh,
Maybe
fuck.
in 3.
It's
Are you
not, though.
referring to?
For
I'll
him
get
to
it, don't
say
worry.
that they just leave it how it was when it was destroyed. No, they clean up after themselves. We literally see this. Creed just mentioned how there are places in New Vegas where they have literally sectioned off in like rooms that are full of trash because they pushed all of the trash in there, sealed it off so they don't ever have to worry about it again, and then they cleaned up the place. They've got perfectly working furniture. They have chairs. They have beds. They have roofs over their head. What are you talking about? They're perfectly livable.
Well,
they don't even look that bad.
To go back to such as example, fucking Doc Mitchell's house is clean as fuck for a post-apocalypse.
Yeah,
Rudy's
like
bar looks fucking fantastic for the post-apocalypse.
And dude,
Exactly.
what this guy doesn't seem to get is the post part of the post-apocalypse. The apocalypse happened. It isn't modern society where people just all of a sudden all collectively got together and said, "Oh, we're just not gonna do anything anymore." It's not how it fucking went down, man.
Yeah, and this isn't like some far off distant future where their children's children talk about how once upon a time the earth was destroyed, but it rebuilt itself after however long. Like, it's only been 200 years. Like, that seems like a long time, but it really isn't that long, especially when you consider like the Civil War happened in America just a little over 200 years ago.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
and
know,
again, as
we still have aspects of that today.
I kept saying, fucking shit ain't a priority, dog.
Hell, look at
Knowing
the
where you're getting your next meal, knowing where you're getting your next fucking clean water, a bit more of a priority than, oh, I would like a nicer, I need a chair that's black because it'll fit my aesthetics.
Well, look at the
Yeah.
fucking casinos in the strip itself. They're fucking pristine for a post-apocalypse.
Yeah, they look good and they work. They have electricity, they have lights, they have running tap water.
There are actual
Unironically, how the fuck do you
shops.
say people are living in This is why, again, showing your evidence is so fucking important, because those of us who have actually played the game know that you're wrong.
Yeah.
And again, if he was to show a piece of evidence, it would probably be something that just makes him look bad or wrong. Like, if he picked the Good Spring Schoolhouse, well, no one lives in there. Or No Bark's house, which is a mess. Like...
Yeah, which is one example of someone actually living somewhere and it looks like a mess. And it's that way because No Bark is kind of a nut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't just... He didn't say that it was over 200 years ago, guys. He said around 200 years. Fine. He rounded up a bit. It's fucking fine.
I said
you
around.
people trying to get a gotcha and you fucked yourself.
Yeah, I'm obviously not going to give the exact amount of time. I'm just going off of a general sort of thing because I'm trying to make a point. I'm trying to get to the point more than I'm trying to get specifics 100% correct.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. This is ridiculous.
Kind of that this is how it was left after the world was destroyed, and that's how it's going to be from now on. But even usually do try to fix things up, it's usually really, really terrible. Everything looks like it was made by a chimpanzee with a toy hammer. And so
the fuck are you talking about? It's a post-apocalypse, you dunce!
Do you think they're gonna go down to the fucking hardware store and get this beautiful, pristine lumber and, maybe they'll go buy some proper tools and, gotta get that laser, that laser light level and everything to make sure it's all nice and perfectly square and shit. What the fuck do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah, especially considering, one, they're in the desert. There's already not that many trees or anything to cut down. And then you have the fact that it's also a post-apocalypse, so now there's less vegetation than there used to be in a regular desert. So obviously you're not going to get this kind of shit.
Right. He also makes the assumption that the people of the post-apocalypse actually have the knowledge required in order to rebuild a house that has suffered years of damage from radiation from a nuclear bomb and damage done by raiders as well as wild animals and creatures and stuff like that. If you task a modern day person with that type of thing, then a lot of us wouldn't even know what to do with the knowledge and equipment that we have available.
Yeah, the average person isn't versed in the best way to do carpentry.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, there are lost arts and skills. The average fucking person ain't gonna know how to blacksmith or forge fucking metal, my dude.
Exactly, and that's the kind of shit that would need to be relearned. And if there's any criticism I have about the world of the Fallout series, is that we should be seeing actual blacksmiths in the world people trying to relearn these skills because they're so vital to rebuilding.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen the mines in New Vegas actually being inhabited with people actually mining minerals out of it, and then having a blacksmith or something nearby refining the metals into products and stuff that people could use.
To show how much the apocalypse has advanced, have a fucking blast furnace.
Yeah.
It'd be fucking great.
Well, that's one of the criticisms I actually have about Fallout 4. There's that one dungeon owned by the Forged Raiders, and it's just a set piece. It's never used for anything, which is fucking stupid. A place like that would be insanely valuable in the post-apocalypse, assuming you could actually keep it running. Which I'm assuming they can, because it literally shows it running in the game. But then
even
again, that just might be Bethesda's bullshit.
even
so-
Fallout 3 had the pit, which had slaves, working these blast furnaces and shit and making like, melting down metal scrap and stuff and trying to rebuild Pittsburgh. Like that DLC was pretty shit, but even they showed at least that.
Oh, and
Alright.
Daniel K in chat, and here's a thought. The NCR was working an old quarry to get limestone to make concrete.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot
Yep.
about that. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Okay, let's jump back real quick. 50 Czech krona from Psycho Kozel. Thank you very much. My father lived in the trash. His father did live in the trash, and his father did in the Reno, which was a ghetto. This is his logic.
I guess, yeah. I don't know. He's expecting the post-apocalypse to have luxuries and resource that you're not going to have access to in the fucking post-apocalypse.
Yep.
Like, okay, guys, if there's a huge nuclear war tomorrow, there's a very good chance that Xbox Live will be down.
Yeah.
Just gonna put that out there.
There's a very good chance that you won't have electricity.
Very
like
good
ever,
chance.
Like ever again.
Yeah, there's a good chance that the trucks that, ship your food and stuff won't make it to the supermarket and you won't have any food there anymore and you'll have to grow your own.
Yeah.
There's a very good chance that if it's a fucking nuke, it will EMP strike and fry literally every single fucking piece of technology we have. So you can't ever repair that. It's gone forever.
Yeah. Man, we're only fucking 3 minutes into this shit.
Yeah.
Really terrible. Everything looks like it was made by like a chimpanzee with a toy hammer. And so my question is, what happened to all the carpenters? What happened to all the
They
engineers?
fucking
They blew up.
died!
Do you understand that it's the apocalypse, my
the
dude?
world is littered with skeletons.
Like, did you think they just sprung up out of the ground? Where the fuck do you think skeletons come from, man?
Oh my God.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna
No.
I'm gonna try and
Wait,
explain this to him
Hold on
a
a
little
second,
bit.
Pagan. Setch, if you plant a body, in a ground, a skeleton will grow.
Yes. Yes, you are correct.
But well, yeah, technically you are right. But so I'm gonna explain this to him a little bit. So when the bombs fell, people died, and then people had to fight for their fucking lives because they were in the immediate, the immediate happenstance of the bombs having fall, which means there's radiation everywhere. There's
a
chaos.
lack of resources.
There's a huge lack of resources. There's chaos. There are people murdering each other in the streets. There is no law. People are not going to be worried about passing down their previous career abilities to their children or someone else's children. So these things get lost over the years. And it isn't until things calm down years later, well after these people have died, who did not have the time or ability to teach other people how to do these things. So these skills were lost.
Pagan.
And also,
I just
Go
want to
ahead.
read out a comment to chat because you're wrong, everyone. People did not die; they just failed to live.
Yeah, there you go. So,
I was gonna say that isn't there a bunch of carpenters out by Quarry Junction where they're like they're mad
here's-
because the death claws have set in, right? Aren't
Yeah.
there people in Sloan?
There are carpenters and
Oh.
stuff, but the thing is, they're not on call. They're not going to go to other people's towns and fix shit for them. That's the thing. They're
Well, I'm
going to
just
do
saying-
what.
well, hold
He
up.
was saying that where are they? Do they even exist? And blah blah blah. And I'm just saying
They
there's some in
do.
the game.
They just
So-
don't
Yeah.
exist to the same capacity they do now.
So,
Yeah,
like-
here's something I need to bring up.
Okay.
So, the current population of the United States is 333,431,917 people. Okay, according to our most recent and up-to-date census, this is the current population of the United States. Of that, 4,000 are carpenters in the
Ooh.
entire United States. Do you understand
That seems like
how
a really small
small
number.
that is? In
Huh.
comparison to the overwhelming majority, do you understand?
Are you sure that
How
number is right?
small that
Because
is.
4,000 seems really small for
Small,
a country as
yeah.
big as
400,000.
400,000. Okay.
400,000. Okay.
I guess I cut out at the 100 part because no, I said 400,000.
Okay.
It's like, do you understand? Out of 333 million people, 400,000 are carpenters.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Comparative
very
to
small, very small percent.
yeah, it is.
So now take that small percentage and imagine how many are going to be in, I don't know, say the fucking Mojave Desert as carpenters.
And
Gonna be a
managed
lot
to survive
smaller.
the war.
Yeah. Now take this small number, this tiny number of carpenters that'll be in the Mojave area and Vegas, and now the bombs dropped, and now they had to have survived the bombs dropping. Then they had to survive the riots for food and resources, and especially water, because it's a fucking desert.
And just survival in general, and then passing those skills down.
Yeah.
I just want to grab
Again.
these super chats quickly. Sorry, it sounds like you're continuing there. Go ahead.
I'm just pointing out the insanity of expecting that a fuck ton of carpenters survived and passed down their work through the ages after the bombs dropped. That's the illogical thing here, dude. It's you. Your brain don't work right.
Yeah, this is all very, very, very
Yeah.
silly.
There's no schools. There's no career schools to teach this shit anymore. Like, you can't just go somewhere and learn these things. Like, people have to have like a natural inclination to this kind of shit and learn it themselves, and then they can like help around the community. But they're going to be like the only ones that can do it, and they're not going to go to other people's communities to help them. They're not going to travel across the wasteland for this shit.
Yeah.
Are you gonna?
If we entered the apocalypse tomorrow, and if my entire neighborhood got wiped out, I wouldn't be able to just call up a carpenter to rebuild our house. It ain't happening. We have to work with what we've got.
By the way, when I say 400,000 carpenters, I'm saying that is what the industry census is right now of actual licensed working in the industry carpenters. Obviously, there are going to be people that do it as a hobby or on the side or have their own, like, you know, independent little shop that they set up for nicks and knacks and crafts and stuff.
Yeah. 50, I think that's Czech something.
Czech Kroner, I'm pretty sure.
From Psycho Kozel. Thank you. To be honest, we need to see a faction like the Pitts Raiders or the Midwestern Brotherhood. Imagine a faction which is undergoing a tech revolution. Yeah, I could agree with that. $2 from Peace Was Never an Option. Thank you. Wait, people die when the nukes drop? People die I already fucked that up. People die when they are killed. There we go.
Yes.
$2 from a guy under a bridge. Thank you. You aren't born with inherent knowledge / vault tech. Yeah. That's the whole point we were making there, is that if the apocalypse happens, a lot of this knowledge isn't going to survive in a wide capacity.
Yeah, again, that's fair, Rig. But even if we took everybody that's unlicensed as a carpenter and they do it as a job or whatever, you're not gonna get more than like 5% of the population, and 5% is ludicrous. That is a huge portion of the population. Especially when we're talking 1% is 3 million. Okay. Hell,
Yeah.
I'll say you wouldn't even get 1% of the population are carpenters.
$5 from Lauren Stuff. Thank you. Did this guy never wonder why there were tribal societies in some Fallout games? I guess not.
I mean, that's assuming he played them long enough to even find those people.
Yeah.
I don't think he played the originals, I could say that much.
No.
Creetosis, what's wrong with The Mandalorian? It is fucking terrible.
It is broken from the ground up.
Yeah.
However, people like it because it's a fucking drop of water in the desert.
Yeah, it's Star Wars that isn't nearly as garbage as the 5 movies Disney made.
But it's still shit, which is
Still
what
fucking
makes me really depressed.
Watch the EFAP streams if you guys really want to. Like, watch their coverage of it.
Yeah, their of it is fucking fantastic.
You will see why this shit it does not work.
Yeah. $10 from Mystic Space. Thank you. Don't forget that there still can be remnants of knowledge, such as books to help with regaining of the knowledge. Yeah, it's not going to be an easy fix, though, but I just want to point that out. Yeah, there's possible that some books would survive.
And again,
there are characters that
as we bring up
that reference
the followers
this stuff too.
of the fucking apocalypse, okay?
Yeah.
Literally carry on knowledge and try to pass it to other people.
Yes. And and we do get references that in the game of people who do read books and learn skills from them and that's what they do. You know, but the thing is, one, that's not a whole lot of people that do that. And two, a lot of people aren't literate in the wasteland. Yeah. There's plenty of people who literally can't read.
Yeah, that's another thing that would have to be considered.
So here's a cool thing. Lone Ranger 3459 points out, and again, this is why I kind of like Mad Max's Apocalypse. The Apocalypse got so bad in Mad Max's world that people literally tattooed basic vocabulary on themselves so that the words would never be forgotten. Yeah, the Apocalypse in the Mad Max universe is what happens when hope has been crushed.
Man, that Mandalorian episode where the boulder runs over the stormtroopers was so funny. It was funnier when they got out of the base on the speed bikes and immediately crashed into each other and fucking exploded.
Yes. Oh, no. No, what's even
so
better...
fucking incompetent.
What's even better is they go the entire series of showing that stormtroopers are amoral, like faceless beings, and they have an entire episode where they're like helping their buddies out and they're cheering for each other and they're giving each other high fives and like, yeah, we saved that convoy truck from getting blown up. We're such good people. High fives. And it's like, wow, what a weird mixed message here. You can't decide.
I wonder if the writers are even aware that they fucking humanized the stormtroopers in that way, only to treat them like fucking generic Randy enemies 5 minutes later.
Oh, it was so bad.
It was really bad. God. And I love the super chat here. $10 from Crumb. Thank you. I love during The Mandalorian when Baby Yoda devours the frog woman's eggs like I devour cheeseburgers. He's literally eating a race to extinction and it's played for laughs.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah.
That was so fucking bad.
So fucked up.
Baby Yoda's a fucking baby killer. It's like, what the shit?
Oh my god. Oh, and then there's that
He's
really famous there's that fucking legendary scene of fucking Mando running into the open hallway for no reason as he gets shot a million times, proving he has literal plot armor just so he can throw some grenades down the hallway at a couple of stormtroopers.
What's even funnier is the way he throws them. It's like he trips and falls and they just
he like
fly
trips
out of
and lightly goes and like throws them to the floor. They roll to the fucking
God,
my god. Gets shot like a million times. It just
again, his Beskar armor doesn't even cover like what it probably covers 20% of his body.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. They guarantee hit every single piece of Beskar armor and miss the entire rest of his exposed body.
Remember, aim for the impenetrable armor. That's how we'll get him. $5 from a guy under a bridge. Thank you. Nate can build you a whole town in a teleporter with 3 toasters and a toy car. Also, I assume people like House would scoop up anyone with talent. Yeah.
Absolutely. House is very much a meritocracy. He is very much all about talent. It takes you everywhere with House. That's why when you prove yourself to him is when he starts fucking treating you like, you know what? You ain't just a tool anymore. I could genuinely make you my fucking protege. Because you actually have talent and can get shit done.
Yeah. And 50, I guess, crowns from Psycho Kozo. Thank you. My grandpa was the last blacksmith in the village. He was literally smithing tools and plows. When he died, a lot of folks had to move up. And he ends with call it crowns, so I assume that's what he means for the currency.
Yeah, I guarantee, hearing your native language butchered by somebody saying, is it like Swedish krona? Is it like Danish kruns?
Yeah, sorry about that.
And you know what? To anybody that's from Denmark out there and was like, Danish what? It's like, shh, that's the point. Shh.
Build a windmill and just give everybody wind power.
What? No, I have to rewind that to hear that.
What? Go back. I have to hear that again.
This is
Excuse
insanity.
me?
I heard it, and I don't believe he said it.
I heard part of it.
It's like it was made by like a chimpanzee with a toy hammer. And so my question is, what happened to all the carpenters? What happened to all the engineers who could know how to like build a windmill and just give everybody wind power?
The fuck
Do
are
you-
you
okay.
talking about?
What?
Do you even know what
All right.
fucking caused
So,
the word
Nate
fallout?
can from Fallout 4.
So, I don't know if you know this, but normal windmills don't actually generate that much fucking power. Do you see how big the windmills are? I'm just going with windmills here because he specifically used those. He didn't use the giant fucking wind turbines, which we can get into how ridiculous that is. But he went into windmills. Do you see how big the fucking windmills are in like Scandinavian countries, my dude? They are enormous and they don't do very much.
Yeah,
Because
you would
it's
need
kind
to
of
build-
hard.
You'd have to build hundreds and hundreds of these things to power one town.
Yeah.
I've got one for you. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say on this, so I'll keep it vague. But my dad was working for like a municipal government that takes care of stuff like around town. And one of their buildings, they had one of these little shitty dinky windmills put in to save on energy. And they estimated it would take something like 100 years at full strength to pay off the cost of fucking building it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not even talk about like the wire you would need to run from these windmills to everything in the town.
Just so I clarify quickly, 100 years of it saving energy running at full power would offset its cost. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they would likely have to build them away from the town at least a little bit, which once you do that, like you come under threat from creatures and raiders. There's the lack of materials and resources to build all this shit. What the is this guy talking about?
Like,
Does he think they're just going to materialize this shit out of thin air and build this crap?
I guess he kind of missed the entire point of why the Hoover fucking Dam is like the crown jewel, like fucking orgasm machine that every faction wants for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. And like Helios 1 is like a huge deal too. It's like a huge backup place. Like if the Hoover Dam, they need Helios 1 to at least have some power left over.
Yeah.
I also want to point out that he will take clips from movies to make jokes, but he won't actually show any evidence of what he talks about.
Yeah, I saw part of that Star Wars clip there.
Yeah.
Wow,
I mean,
that's really bad.
I mean, I have nothing wrong with jokes. I'm just saying, like,
No. I'm not saying the joke is bad. You know? It's the whole. Hey, I'm going to use movie clips for a dumb joke, but I'm not going to show actual evidence of the thing I'm trying to prove.
Yep.
Exactly.
$10 from Crumb. Thank you. At least the Mandalorian isn't as bad as the Bad Batch. Just the Mandalorian, but wearing the skin of the Clone Wars. Also, female Boba Fett is equally as awful as Baby Yoda. Are you telling me she almost genocides a race too? Oh boy. I still can't believe Baby Yoda nearly fucking genocided an entire race in The Mandalorian. How do you accidentally write that shit?
Well, it's the same way they accidentally write Wonder Woman as a rapist. You know what I mean? It's like, they don't think.
Clearly. It said the ability to use her brain to consider things has fallen by the wayside in recent years.
Yes. Dramatically so.
Anyways, this guy said we're the engineers. It's the same issue as the carpenters. Not that knowledge is going to be incredibly rare in the apocalypse.
Yeah, they exist, but they're rare.
Even
they
if
don't have the
windmills were the
resources.
end-all be-all of fucking generating power, man. Which they aren't. But even if they were, man, the people who have the knowledge to actually do that are going to be fucking rare.
Yeah, and you know what? They're going to be very sought after. It's almost like, God, it's so rare that there was nobody to challenge the dumb motherfucker at Helios 1 pretending to be an engineer and know what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And here's the thing. We've talked before about how in fantasy, alchemists should be like the elite, the like wealthy
potion makers and shit like that should be like the 1% in society.
Yeah, in a world like Fallout, anyone who actually does know carpentry or engineering or anything of the sort would be in a very similar position. They're already like those kinds of people already make a shit ton of money in our society, but in Fallout, man, they'd be the fucking toppest class.
Yeah.
Screw the knowledge. How do you even build it without factories? Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is you would need
that's what I'm saying.
You would need the materials to.
Yeah.
You can't just take tin cans and like in Fallout 4 and turn them into a wind generator or whatever else, a water purifier. You actually would need to reshape the materials, melt them down into the parts you need.
Yep.
And that's going to be very difficult without the equipment for it. One of my big problems is Fallout 4.
A blast furnace would be so fucking good. Like, if we saw blast furnaces in Fallout, I would be super happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should absolutely be seeing blacksmiths, too, like we said earlier.
Yep.
Boy hammer. And so my question is, what happened to all the carpenters? What happened to all the engineers who could know how to, like, build a windmill and just give everybody wind power? For whatever reason, it seems like anybody with any technical skill has either died out or has absolutely no motivation to actually fix anything.
The former. The former, my dude.
Yeah.
It is the post-apocalypse. I'm not sure I could say it anymore. I could try. It is the post-apocalypse. Like, seriously, how do you fucking not understand what the entire concept is?
Like I said, it really shows the only logical thing in this fucking video is his brain.
Yeah, it really shows he just did not play these games because he would know that the few times that you do see engineers and these kind of people, they do have a drive. They do make things. They do stuff. They just don't go to other towns and do it for them too. That's kind of the whole point. Travel between towns and cities is kind of hard.
And dangerous. Like,
yeah. It's kind of like
on the dangerous part.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a whole point about the roads not being well maintained and protected, and it's almost why people kind of want the Legion around is they actually defend the fucking roads.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's something I'd say is probably one of the things that should be covered more in Fallout is that just traveling from place to place would be dangerous in a world like this. Like, of course, you, the player, encounter enemies, but it should be a big fucking deal for, like, any trade between towns. Like, let's pretend for a moment that Fallout 3 was actually good. The caravans would have more than one guard. For sure.
Oh, yeah.
The caravans should have, like, 10 people at least.
Dude, there should be entire factions dedicated to caravan guarding.
Oh, yeah.
It should because it's a vital necessity.
Very lucrative business.
Yeah. So, do you remember that idea I told you guys about before, about my idea for, like, a Fallout game and, like, how I would start it? Was basically, like, you're part of a caravan, and it would be, like, a full-fledged caravan where, like, you decide your, like, starting class by picking, like, what your role is. It, like, are you the medic? Are you a guard?
Yeah.
Are you the, are you the merchant? You know, all these different things, and, like, and obviously you would not be the only guard. There'd be like you'd be one of like 10 different guards. There would be at least one medic. You know, just something more than just the one guard and a merchant and a cow. Like, come on.
Sounds like the Oregon Trail.
Well,
I
I just want to point out a couple comments quickly. Honestly, 2 guards ain't shit, especially in the wastes. And Fallout 1 had a lot of caravan guards. Yes to both of those. Absolutely. If you go on the caravan in Fallout 1, there's like 5 or 6 other guards with you.
Yeah.
And they should be wearing more than leather fucking armor. Come on, they should at least be wearing metal.
Yeah.
10 PLN from Supa Jasiu.
Thank you.
1 hour and 15 minutes. So what, guys? 3 minutes in? Yeah, basically.
3 minutes and 20 seconds. So I think we're ahead of the game.
There's some insane takes going on here, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't expect this to be this insane.
The fact that he said that houses in New Vegas are unlivable because they don't have chairs.
No,
which they do.
Not because they don't have chairs, because they don't have new chairs.
Yes, new chairs.
Yeah,
sorry.
new chairs.
They don't have new chairs.
And the walls haven't been washed.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna run down to the fucking New Vegas IKEA to pick up a new chair.
Yeah.
This video is fucking awful. Why would you make this?
This is insane. Just so he can justify his hatred of like post-apocalypse settings.
Like, yeah, dude, you're allowed to not like post-apocalypse for whatever reason. It's the same thing we always have to deal with. You can dislike the thing for whatever reason, but if your reason is fucking bullshit, we're gonna call that out.
Yeah, it's easier. It's a lot safer to just say, well, I just don't like it. You don't have to like make up convoluted bullshit to try and justify it. Just say you don't like it. Don't lie or just get shit wrong.
Yeah.
Backtracking slightly.
Motivation to actually fix anything. And even when they do, it's usually not for something productive. It's usually to do something that is a complete waste of time and has no bearing on society whatsoever. Which brings me...
Like?
The fuck are
an
you
example,
talking about?
please?
There's literally a gun manufacturer outside of New Vegas.
Yeah.
The gunrunners have a factory to make weapons in. There's a quest.
Yeah. You know, here, I would like to say, what are they wasting their time on? Because you tell me that building a wall or, like, putting up defenses or making new guns is a waste of time. I'm gonna be like,
there are farms in New Vegas. People are... Part of the whole deal with Freeside are people are struggling to survive.
Yeah, I don't get what he means by they're just doing nothing or they're doing useless stuff. Like, what? An example, please, would be nice.
He specified useless to society.
Yeah, like
what
what
the fuck you mean?
What exactly is he talking about? I don't.
The only thing I can think of.
The only thing I could.
Dude, yeah. Again, he should have picked a different fucking Fallout. He
should have picked a different Fallout because, like, the only thing I could think of in New Vegas of somebody doing something that isn't really productive is Michelangelo making signs in New Vegas. Like,
yeah, but even the signs have use because it's directing people to like different businesses and stuff.
Yeah, because New Vegas is more of an established society and
exactly.
growing and expanding.
That's what I was gonna say was like, but even that is useful to New Vegas. Maybe not the outside areas, but it is still to New Vegas.
Yeah.
So there's literally nothing I can think of where people are doing useless shit.
The only examples that come to mind are literally from Fallout 3 and 4. You've got Dukov in Fallout and a bunch of alcohol right next to a raider base. And, What?
No.
What?
Creetosis. Okay, good.
Oh, thank God he's back. Okay. You went silent.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. No, you did. You cut out. You went full silent. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, we didn't hear what you said.
Oh, well, I guess I'll repeat.
You said it was Dukov. And then that was it.
Okay, so you didn't miss much then. What I was saying was Dukov has his like this place with a couple of whores and a bunch of alcohol right next to a raider base, and he's doing literally nothing but I guess fucking the whores. Then you've got the Nuka-Cola bitch who literally just stays in her shack all fucking day. and doing nothing. Those are like actual examples of people not doing shit. Actually, this applies to basically everyone in Fallout 3 because no one is making anything new. Alistair Tenpenny sits in his apartment or his balcony shooting off into the distance. Most of the people in Rivet City are just sitting around doing jack shit. Most of the people in Megaton are just sitting around doing jack shit.
Yeah, they're not farming.
Yeah, there's no farms, there's no weapons or ammo manufacturing, there's barely any... Rivet City does have its hydroponics lab, which isn't actually shown in-game, but it is said to be there, so... Yep. I'll just give them the point there and say it is. This isn't a point you can make against New Vegas, though.
Alright, 25 Polish Lodi from Super Jasio.
Thank you.
One of these days, Creetosis will be right about a video being the stupidest. Not soon, or ever.
I'm not sure anything is going to top the Acer Thorn New Vegas video.
Yeah, I think we've already found the stupidest. We've gone past that point.
To find something stupider, man. Oh, I'm getting F in chat. Uh-oh. Yeah, there's a lot of Fs in chat. I think we just died.
Well, it recovered. No, it recovered for me, only it's in, like, 480p.
Oh.
Yeah, same. The stream is still working for me. It's just lower quality.
Yeah, it went way low quality right now.
God damn it.
Okay, well, before the stream...
lag.
Before the stream dies again, 50 Czech crowns from Psycho Kozel. As a historian, I wonder how are settlements without walls, guards, and militia able to survive? Even back in the 20th century, I assume, even back in the 20th century, bandits could wipe out entire villages. Yep.
Yeah, you would need guards and walls and stuff like that to keep your town safe.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it died for chat. I don't know how much they missed, but you did read out that super chat again, so I think it's...
Yeah, and I waited until... Yeah, I waited until the thing came back.
All right, let's get back to it, I guess.
Right.
Society, whatever. Which brings me around to my point of society itself. Oftentimes in post-apocalyptic world is no structure. It's usually a group of people who are roaming the wilds, and as soon as they see literally anybody, it's time to murder them. But in a real...
The fuck are you talking about?
Are you talking about the fiends?
So, here's the problem that it's a post-apocalypse. Resources are rare for everybody. So, it really does come down to us versus them.
Yeah.
It's the insiders versus the outsiders, my dude. That's just how it's gonna fucking work. When the apocalypse hit, you're gonna take priority to helping your family. You know your family. You know your family's gonna have your back. You can trust them.
Well, it's even a plot point in a lot of post-apocalyptic games. Like, I'm pretty sure in the original Last of Us, Joel did things he's not proud of in order to survive and protect the group he was with.
Yeah. It's the same thing. If you want a different example, fucking Firefly. That isn't even a fucking apocalypse. But, again, what's Mal's entire attitude? Me and mine.
Yeah.
Versus you. You are the outsider. Me and mine are the insiders.
Yeah.
And even then, New Vegas doesn't really have a lot of examples of, outside of raiders like fiends and stuff, you don't really see a lot of people just going out and killing each other for their stuff. Like, you occasionally get it with people like Jeannie Mae, who like sells people off to slavery for money and shit, but you don't really see it too often. So for him to be like, well, that's all they do. It's all they fucking do. What are you talking about? Maybe outside of a few examples, I can't think of that really happening at all.
And again, this applies more to Fallout 3 and 4 because there's so many raider groups that are just like generic raider groups that don't do anything.
Yeah, they're just generic raiders for the sake of being raiders.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have to, if he's talking about the fiends, he would have to have passed up a few societies where they contradict his points. He would have to, right?
Well, even the fiends have a leader and like a higher... like people are respected, like Driver Neffy and so on.
Yeah, and then you have like most of the people outside of the vault that they currently are, take over. The ones that are outside are so hopped up on drugs that, even the ones in the vault don't really deal with them very much anymore.
25 PLN from Super Jasiu. Thank you. Gunrunner Factory New Vegas is a branch. They have been around since 2131. That's 150 years of making high-quality guns. Of course, it's all they do. Yeah, exactly. There's... all the arguments he's making here apply to Fallout 3 and 4 so much more than they do to New Vegas. Like,
it's very broad. It's very broad and generalized. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
And again, this is part of the reason why people do like New Vegas so much, is because these things are considered. Yeah. And they're not in Bethesda Fallout.
Yeah, it's so weird that he went with New Vegas when he could have easily slam dunked with any of the other Fallout, like modern Fallout games. He could have easily just grabbed this and just been like, yep, here I am. I'm right about all this stuff. The proof that Fallout fucking sucks, and it's like, well, I mean, yeah, most of them do, but not these ones. But he didn't even do that. He was like, oh, I'm going to pick out the good one and say it's shit.
Exactly. If it was just Fallout 3.
No.
1 second, I want to read this comment. Well, he's not talking exclusively about Fallout New Vegas. That's the one he's citing for these arguments, though.
Yeah, he is citing Fallout New Vegas, specifically Silent Hunter.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the reason why. Because before I was like, you know what, it's fine. He can, if he has valid things to say about post-apocalypse settings in general, it's fine. He'll probably make some good points. But then he specifically started calling out New Vegas, and everything he has referenced so far has been in a direct reference to New Vegas, because he literally said, as an example, New Vegas, and everything he has said up to this point has been about New Vegas.
Yeah, he keeps bringing up New Vegas over and over again.
And that's the thing. Like, if he just said, like, if his title was why, Fallout 3 makes no sense, then boom, he'd be fine,
Yeah.
A lot of his points would be absolutely fine.
In fact, we'd probably be agreeing and expanding on those points for why a lot of these things don't make sense in Fallout 3. So, if he were to say, people aren't doing anything in Fallout 3, it makes no sense. So we talk about the Nuka-Cola bitch, how does this person have the money to buy all these items and sit in her shack all day doing nothing? How does she get her food and water to survive? How does she do fucking anything? How have raiders not come in and wiped them out yet? The problem is he's making these criticisms against a game where these criticisms don't work. They're inaccurate.
All right.
And now he's going to talk about society as a large, and he's trying to talk about how in the real world, it's like, oh boy, I can't wait to hear how you talk about how the real post-apocalypse happened.
As they see literally anybody, it's time to murder them. But in a real-life tribal situation like this, when you come across another human society, your first instinct isn't to kill them. Your first instinct is to find out.
Oh,
I don't know about that, dude.
We got some stories to tell you about tribal societies. Not sure how controversial this is, but they fucking murdered the others, they murdered the fuck out of each other all the fucking time back in the day.
Yeah, not even just tribal societies, even just back in the day, normal societies. Whenever they saw something else, they were like, my land.
Well, why do you think there was a Roman Empire? Because they fucking conquered.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's plenty of examples of them of civilizations just being like, nice place. I'll take it.
The Inquisition.
As Gage Riddle fucking points out, the Celts and Romans would like to have a word with you. And fucking Genghis Khan. You think when Genghis Khan came into China, he stopped at every single one of the warring sects? Like, are they gonna be good? No, he fucking attacked them and subjugated them.
To put into perspective just how much Genghis Khan conquered, about 1 in 200 men are apparently direct descendants from him.
Yeah.
That is
'Cause,
fucking insane.
Yeah, not only that, but he had a lot of wives, and he was happy. He was a happy, happy man.
And if we're talking tribal societies, like Native Americans, I myself am a Native American, and I really like our heritage. But for the most part,
there's
the
a great
majority we were just warring tribes. That's what we mostly were for the most part, was warring tribes.
And as Lone Courier fucking points out, not to mention the Vikings in England, when they made landfall, do you think they stopped and said, "Oh, are you friendly?" No, they immediately killed them and stole all their shit and left.
Yeah, there are stories, in fact, of the Vikings coming to places like America and Canada, and the first thing they did when they saw tribals fishing was, let's kill them just to see how strong they are, like just to gauge them as enemies. Just kill these random fishermen who are not doing us any harm. Kill them, see like what they're made of and what they have on them, just so we'll know in the future. That was their first instinct.
Dude,
this guy lives in a fucking fantasy land. Jesus Christ.
So this is definitely one of the most appropriate use of this. Who are you that do not know your own fucking history?
Yes.
Like, Jesus, you're gonna claim this, but in the real world, you wouldn't just immediately attack. Are you fucking kidding me?
Like, everyone's just gonna sit in a circle and just sing Kumbaya and just
No.
hold hands.
Here's how he thinks. It's all gonna play out. They're gonna come into a clearing, and then this other tribe's gonna come from the other side of the clearing. They both see each other. They just stand there and they stare at each other. One takes a step forward, the other one takes a step forward. Like, are they hostile? Are they friendly? That's how he thinks this is gonna play out. It's like, that's how it fucking works, dude.
Maybe in Fallout 76.
To be fair, there have been peaceful meetings between different groups. It isn't always just instantly murder everything, but that did happen a fucking lot.
Yeah, again,
Yes.
it's one of those things like, he's using this in the real world, this happens. So he's saying, in the real world, this is my evidence. In the real world, look at your history. Here's my evidence. This happened. So only this happened, huh? Only. This is how it played out every fucking time, right?
Oh, God. This guy really lives in a fucking fantasy land. He thinks it's like... Oh, God, that's so sad. That is so sad that someone actually believes that.
Yeah, and as we said before, that most of the people in New Vegas aren't just killing each other the moment they come across one another. Like, we see them traveling the road sometimes and they cross paths. They don't just murder each other on sight.
Even Caesar's Legion, the fucking army of slaves who exist to conquer, aren't hostile to you by default. The only groups who are the literal bottom of the fucking society raiders and, like, chem junkies like the Fiends.
In certain caravans, but only certain caravans. Some caravans they let walk right by. Others, if they know they have NCR affiliation, they attack them. Like when you first head to Novak, and you have that group that spawns on the bridge, and then they walk down into that Legion area where they're patrolling. They will attack that caravan, but it's because there's an NCR patrol nearby, and they know that these caravanners work with the Legion or work with the NCR.
Yeah. $2 from a guy under a bridge. Thank you. Violence is the root of all diplomacy. I guess.
My favorite diplomacy is a golden oldie. Walk softly and carry a big stick.
And Lone Courier. Nazis in World War II invading countries didn't just ask them kindly to leave. Yeah.
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 Jesus Christ. Look at modern Africa. You have places in Africa where people like warlords just come in and just take over entire sections of cities and towns, and they just execute everyone there. Like, this is real modern day shit, dude.
Didn't a group in like Ethiopia or something kidnap 200 children just a couple months ago?
I think so. Yeah. Something like that.
to say societies meeting each other will be peaceful is fucking insane.
Yeah, this dude's living in a fantasy world. If he thinks, especially the fact we're talking about a post-apocalypse, like we're showing examples of real modern, like real life shit where this stuff actually happens. Now apply that to a post-apocalypse.
Yeah,
Like,
when
holy shit,
resources
dude.
are scarce.
Yeah.
Okay? Now you have way more motive to be violent.
Yes.
This comment in chat. Please give us dancing Poen. Uwu.
Goimini.
Germany.
No, Goimini. Oh, boy.
Really bad.
First instinct isn't to kill them. Your first
Yes, it
instinct
is.
is to find out whether they're friendly, you want to see if you can get anything from them, and possibly build an even bigger society.
No.
No.
You do
I
not
can
think
get
about
something
you
from them by
smoking?
killing them.
Dude, yeah. That second one you had, that's what your first instinct is. What can I get from
Yes.
these people?
And that's how they get attacked. Jeez.
Yes.
Come on.
If my group, like, if I'm in a group and we've got tons of gold or something like that, and we don't have many guards, and your group comes along and sees that, and you're like, man, I really want that gold. Your first instinct isn't to come trade with us or talk with us and be like, I think we can take that gold. We don't need to give up anything. We can get everything. Yeah, I think we're going to go take it.
Yeah. And it's amazing this needs to be said, but this is why people in the real world today steal stuff too.
Yeah. Not everybody trades.
Not
Yeah.
everybody trades. Legitimately, where the
Dude.
fuck are you? Like,
Yeah.
why do you think this is how things are?
It gets even more like deranged than that. Like, how does he think the fucking language barrier would work between people and culture barrier? Like, fucking hell, the Vikings were so devastatingly powerful that the fucking kingdoms in Europe actually had to appease them to try to be like, hey, stop killing us, please. For God's sakes, you're really good at it. But you know what? We'll give you land and, you know, nice farming land here away from the shitty Scandinavian countries. Again, this is just how they sell it. You know,
Right.
come over here, you can farm here, we'll give you castles, you'll get a title, you'll have nobility and gold and riches, you don't have to actually go pillaging for it, we'll just give you it if you stay here and you defend us from your own countrymen. And the Vikings said, yeah, I'm down for that. And do you notice that I didn't say, bring your countrymen with you? I said, defend us from your own countrymen.
It just kind of shows a lack of general knowledge on world history, and not even just history, but ongoing political struggles that go on in this on Earth and everything. It's really sad, actually.
Kevin, it is not just desperation. It's desperation. Desperation causes violence. If you're not starving, the violence tends to end. No, absolutely
No.
not.
No.
You think
Especially
the
with
Vikings were
Vikings.
fucking starving? No.
No.
They wanted to prove themselves in battle. That's
Yeah,
how
no.
they go to fucking. That's how they go to their version of heaven.
Yeah, Vikings saw the act of it was literally called like going Viking, that or going to Viking. It was considered like we call it raiding now, but we call them Vikings, but that's literally that was like a verb to them. And it wasn't because the Scandinavian countries it's so cold they can't grow food there. No, that's not how it worked. They grew plenty of food. They had more than enough food to feed themselves and their families and their kinsmen. That was not an issue. They wanted to go take gold. They wanted to take people's stuff. They wanted to fight in battle. They wanted to kill.
They
It
wanted
was their
to
thing.
die in battle.
Yes,
Dying
they
in
wanted.
battle was stupidly honorable.
Yeah, they wanted to go to Valhalla. They wanted to be. They wanted Freya to take them. They wanted the Valkyries to come for them.
And that's part of why that trope exists in a lot of media too. I want an honorable death. Like, that doesn't come from nowhere. People didn't just, like, invent that out of thin air. It's actually based on history of societies who actually looked at things that way, that an honorable death in battle is, like, one of the best things you could get.
Yeah.
And do you think that the British and the French were starving when they had their constant wars with each other? Ain't because they were fucking starving. They just fucking hated each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, 25 PLN from Supajasiu. Thank you. Nothing is being rebuilt? Does he know how slow progress is going from 0? Bronze Age lasted 1500 years before we figured iron out. Yeah, progress would be very slow depending on resource availability and people with the knowledge of, like, people figuring it smart enough to figure out what to do.
Yeah, like, imagine giving people from the Stone Age guns. Now imagine how much harder it's going to be to do everything you want to do.
Yeah.
Possibly an even bigger society. And that's why humanity has grown to as large as it is, because we're
Okay,
No.
here's the
Literally.
thing. Do you notice how
God.
America and China and Russia don't all get along with each other? We don't want to build together because we don't fucking like each other.
Man,
No.
if the world worked the way he thinks it does, things would be so much better for fucking everyone.
Dude, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
if I admit, if your fantasy dream world, dude, that you think exists actually existed, that would be great. But we live in the real fucking world where people are different. Every single person, even people that are of the same society in the same nation, are different.
Even people of the same families are different. You could get two people who are siblings who are completely different personality-wise. One could be quiet and reserved and intelligent, and another loud and stupid and stuff like that, you know? I know real-world cases of families like that, where the siblings are just complete opposite ends of the spectrum.
And when you get those types of people in a room together, or build them and make them build a society, it doesn't always turn out to be a good thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's a great meme. Holy shit, Pagan.
Oh yes.
Let me
Fucking great.
let me get the link for that to show it on stream. That is good.
I had to screen cap that when I saw it. I was like, that is great.
I also want to read a commented chat here. This dude thinks the world is like Team Fortress Pyro's head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fallout, guys. Broke a chair. Fucking guess I'll just kill myself.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. Buddy might have an argument if people actually sat in chairs like this. You don't see that. These are.
No, Chapman. See, his whole thing is, all right. So Chapman says, "How could a nuclear Armageddon even be possible, given this man has proven that people are peaceful towards one another?" No, this is what he thinks. People are peaceful towards one another. He thinks that's what happens.
People are
And
peaceful to each
therefore-
other, so we nuke the entire planet.
Yeah, and therefore that's why post-apocalypse doesn't make sense. You know, humanity wouldn't try to nuke each other, even though
His
every fucking
entire
day somebody's like, we should
worldview-
just nuke them.
His fucking entire worldview doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
Psycho Kozel with 50 crowns. Thank you. Killing the outsiders is an instinct in our minds. It is sad, but racism has its instinctual reasons. We Slavs genocided a lot of groups. Yeah. Like, shit like that doesn't come from nowhere.
Yeah. We're talking about ancient fundamental things.
Wait a second. How the fuck can you say groups meet each other are peaceful when slavery has been something humans have done for thousands of years?
Yeah.
Yeah,
since
it makes
the
no
beginning,
sense.
since the beginning of human fucking history.
And keep in
How
mind,
the fuck do you come to these conclusions?
he said tribal.
Oh.
What fucking
Which were
tribal
the most
groups do you know
notorious
that
for
are
it.
typically peaceful? Almost all tribal groups kill every outsider they come across, usually.
Yeah.
Generally.
Super Jasio with 10 Polish zloty. At Psycho Kozel. Mostly each other. At least we have vodka.
Fuck, this video is a lot more painful than I thought it would be. I thought it would be a genuine discussion of like, oh hey, here's some genuine reasons why this may or may not make sense, and we respond, oh well, you see such and such and such and such is why these things. No, this guy's just completely off the fucking wall.
Yeah, I was just expecting
Oh.
like a general video about like why post-apocalyptic settings in video games don't work, and I was like, okay, well, let's hear him out.
Yeah,
He might have
see-
some good points.
See, yeah, that's the thing.
We are not getting that at all. It is literally just here's why Fallout New Vegas is bad.
Well, here's the
And
thing.
this
Here-
is exactly why I brought this to you guys.
Here's the thing, because I haven't seen any of this video before now. So prior to the stream, I was getting, like, even last night at work, I was thinking, man, I'm a little bit nervous about this video, because what if he's making a lot of good points that we don't have much to comment on? Because, like,
Yeah, well, again, that's
number
why we had
one, we don't
want
wanna
to had
be-
the backup video.
well, yeah, that's
And
why we
trust
had
me, we can have a lot to talk about in that backup video.
But yeah, oh, God, gotta clear my throat 1 second. Sorry about that. Yeah, so like I was saying, I was getting a little bit nervous thinking, fuck, what if he's actually making good points and we don't have anything to say? Because I don't want to be Hassan Pikering this fucking shit. That's not how we
Yeah,
want to
oh
do
God,
these
yeah.
videos, or
No.
these streams. So
Well,
I was thinking,
luckily, I think we would at least be enough to like pause and be like, "That's a good point. Here's the stuff that backs it up," and blah 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 blah. You know.
yeah, and we probably come to a point, if it was like that, where it's like, man, we don't have anything to really comment on this video, so we'll just switch to the backup. But, man, I was not expecting this at all. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Oh.
He presumes a lot about humanity as a whole. And,
Yeah, the
and
fucking
yet,
fact.
Yeah.
and yet he doesn't seem to have a good grasp on world history or anything like that. Like
Oh,
he just,
fucking
he just
especially
he
not.
just fires from the hip, facing the wrong way, blindfolded, and expects to hit the target.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
not even that he doesn't understand New Vegas. He doesn't even understand real life. That's the most fucked up part.
Yeah.
Like, dude, how do you
Exactly.
not know this stuff? This is basic history.
Yeah.
Dude, you know it's really depressing.
Basic humanity.
No, you want to know what's really, really depressing?
What's up?
He is the fucking privileged straw man. Oh my god. He actually is. He thinks
The
that not
first
having new
world.
furniture it means it's unlivable. Oh my
$5 from Mystic Space. Thank you. The Mandalorians are a warrior culture. Well fed or not, they want to fight. So why does he have these kindergarten views of the world? All happy. It makes no sense at all.
Yeah, while having a Mandalorian poster on his wall too, which is fucking this is just weird.
That means he watches Star Wars and know that societies go to war at each other for different reasons. None of this makes sense. How does he
Yeah.
have this worldview?
Who fucking knows?
You know, another thing too, he's got what looks like a Jump Force poster on his wall and everything.
Yeah, I see
The premise
Jump
of
there.
that game is that, you know, the universes have collided and the heroes are literally beating each other up for no reason.
Yeah.
Because they think they're the strongest, because they're the strongest in their franchises. You know?
Yeah. Another comment in chat. You remember when Hitler gave up after Poland and said, "No, I sure do." Yeah. Yep. He realized what he was doing wasn't so nice, so he stopped and made peace with the world, and things were fucking fine after that. Nothing bad happened after Poland.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh my God.
I'll
Oh,
have to
dude,
also-
I wish we could go into a history lesson too about Poland and how great. So for all you people that are from Poland, just know that there are those of us and the rest of the world that understand that Poland fought incredibly bravely and did crazy things given what happened.
I don't know how we live in a world after World War II, and this guy thinks that groups meeting each other would be peaceful. I don't understand it.
He has
Yeah.
It makes
X-Men,
no
he has
sense.
an X-Men. He's got an X-Men poster on his wall,
Yeah, and
and even
X-Men is
then,
all
there's a
about-
struggle. Civil War, yes, it's all
Oh.
about like
Yeah.
he's got a.
It's about like
Batman
prejudice
poster.
and shit. What the fuck, dude? You got X-Men on your wall. It's about prejudice.
Dude, here's
What
a
the
great
fuck?
thing. Hold on. Tyler McDonald said, "Sawi Powen Kun, uwu."
$5 from Mystic Space. Thank you. The guy thinks war is only fiction because Hollywood makes fictional movies, probably. Oh my god. I wouldn't be
Probably. I
surprised
could see
at
that.
this point.
Dude, you know somebody in the future will think that World War II is fake. It was a Hollywood, it was a Hollywood era of movies, kind of like the old westerns.
Yeah, I could see that.
Sometime in the future that's gonna happen. I'm gonna be like, oh my god.
Oh,
Dude.
it's gonna be so painful.
Dude, he has a poster in the back of Dragon Ball Z.
Dude,
And
hold
the
on,
first
hold on,
arc
wait.
of Dragon Ball Z is an alien force coming to Earth to fucking get the Dragon Balls for immortality. Then you go to Namek and
There are
freeze-
two.
Ah!
There are two things. Well, one, I gotta talk about Dragon Ball Z. Man, we blew up all those buildings. Shame it was Sunday and they're all home from work. God, 4 kids. The fucking translation was so awful.
Wait, that was 4 kids? I thought that was
Yes.
abridged.
No, 4. They actually say that in the show.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It's a shame that those buildings were empty. Yeah. Anyways, Super Jasio with 25 Polish zloty. The colors of our flag in Poland represent things. White is for purity and faith. Red is for honor and courage. Blue is for reliable allies. I'll give you guys a second to realize what's so fucking funny about that.
Yeah, that's a good one. That is a very good one.
Absolutely. That is fucking chef's kiss. Mwah. And okay, and don't worry, class, if you didn't get it. Look at the Polish flag.
Yeah, look at the Polish flag if you haven't seen it. It's very nice flag.
It is. It is a beautiful flag for simplicity.
Humanity has grown to as large as it is because we are constantly trying to collaborate with each other and expand our horizons.
Fuck are you
I need a
talking
citation
about?
Fucking needed on that one.
Society is built to the place where it is because we fucking conquered each other.
And we
Until-
compete against each other. Like, things accelerate really rapidly when one faction's like, you know what, I hate those guys. Let's go kill them. And then that faction goes, oh, hell no, we ain't dying.
Oh yeah, the amount of technological advancements from World War II is fucking insane.
Yeah, it is staggering.
If World War
what
II
we went from.
If World War II didn't happen, we would be in a very different place right now. We wouldn't have the luxuries we do right now if World War II didn't happen.
Yeah, true automation, fucking interchangeable parts being a fucking concept in general. Machine stamping and fabrication. Holy fuck.
Well, wasn't duct tape invented in World War II as well?
I don't know if that's.
I think I might be wrong, but I thought I heard that somewhere before. Point is, a lot of good things came out of World War II just to the innovation required to fight a war against a very powerful enemy.
It was invented in 1942, but I don't think it was purpose built for it.
Okay.
It's because it was made as a medical adhesive tape from duct cloth. Okay. Interesting.
Very interesting. But yeah, the reason society has reached the point that we're at now is because we did conquer each other and compete and try to have the edge of technological advancement and all that. A lot of that came from having to innovate to win the war.
Yep.
Well, the wars, because there's a lot of them.
Yeah. $2 from Mystic Space. We got to get that Poland grind set.
So yeah, I've
super.
Go ahead.
Apparently, Creetosis from Super Jasio. Super glue was invented to seal wounds and gut burns.
Wow, bursts. Wow, that's I had no idea about that. Holy shit. But yeah, I don't think I've seen any of this guy's videos before, but he clearly lives in a fucking fantasy land. if this is how he thinks the world works. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
I mean, on a sorry, on a positive note, I guess if you want, you can make the argument that his lack of knowledge can be a testament to how far we've come in society. You can try that if you want. I won't, but you know.
Society is advanced to the point where people think everything in the past was sunshine and rainbows, and there was never anything bad.
Dude,
People
that's
just
why I
met
said
and
I
they
wouldn't.
collaborated, and they made the world into the peaceful utopia it is now.
Dude, yeah, we fucking... That's why history should be like a required subject for everything.
Yeah, history should be fucking mandatory.
Without a doubt.
Oh boy.
Even when incorporate government into a post-apocalyptic world, it's usually the absolute worst possible thing that could ever happen, which makes some sense at first. You know, the people with power are gonna grab it and then control all the citizens, but that's a lot harder to do when your society has become so small. If your whole world is based on the village you...
No, it becomes a lot easier to do, my dude. How does it become harder? It becomes harder when your society spreads out further and further away from your iron grip.
Yeah.
It becomes easier when it's smaller.
To be fair to him, he actually goes a little bit into that, like in the next sentence. But
Okay.
I'll say this is the part in where I in my video I went into a huge tirade about Caesar's Legion, you know, and I basically completely destroyed his argument.
Okay. All right. Let's see this, and let's backtrack a little bit. And here we go.
But that's a lot harder to do when your society has become so small. If your whole world is based on the village you live in, and one of those people is trying to control everybody, you're probably just going to ignore them, or, you know, talk to your neighbors and then just throw them out. And along those lines, it's also hard to actually want to achieve so much power when you're in such a small tribal community.
No, it fucking isn't.
What?
How do you think feudal lords came about, my dude? How do you think tribal chieftains came about, my dude?
This guy is
Holy
a
crap.
fucking idiot. Jesus.
Do you not fucking realize that, hey, you know, I don't like that he's trying to take over. I'm going to get my neighbors together so we can take over. You're doing the same thing? Fucking, you are enforcing your mentality, your ideology on someone else?
Yeah.
All he has to do is be like, yeah, but I got the guys who are trained in spears and shit. You lose. Now you're all going to do what I say. Dude, it is so much easier. And it's more valuable because you wouldn't have anybody to question you.
Right.
You would know every single person there. Again, every single person is directly under your thumb.
$2.
It's when you get a second village and a third village, and you don't know what they're saying in that second village or that third village. You don't know because you're not directly there.
Yeah.
$2 from a guy under a bridge. Thank you. What is a Jim Jones?
Yeah, exactly. Fucking
people with influence who can get people to follow them. They're gonna have the backing to stay in control. Like if it's a random lunatic who genuinely believes they're in power and no one follows them, then yeah, you could toss them out of the village. But like that's very different from, hey, this is the tribal leader. He's the one who keeps us together, keeps us alive.
He's the one that every single person comes to the village and asks for their wisdom. Okay, do you understand how hard it's going to be for you to overthrow somebody like that?
I mean, you know, it's the person with all the weapons, and if you have a small society, you know exactly who might be a problem for you later. You know?
Yeah. 25 Polish zloty from Super Jazzio.
Thank you.
We don't want a guy controlling us. Let's take over. What is it with American youngsters always defaulting to the October Revolution? I don't fucking know. The October Revolution that happened in June. That's one of my favorite jokes.
Did it really?
the October Revolution didn't happen in October. It's oh god, there's so many fun fucking things about the revolutions. Oh, they're great. If you want to go insane, look up the like 15 revolutions that happened. It gets way funnier. It is way funnier than it has any right to be, and it is tragic. But I don't know. I have a macabre sense of humor, and oh my god, the sheer insanity of, oh, we're in charge now. No, we're in charge now. No, we're in charge. I'm gonna arm these guys so they can defend us to prove that we're in charge. Oh no, they're shooting guns at us now. Oh, they're in charge. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
Also, Lone Courier in chat. Fuck, just look at the U.S. Revolution. Who banded together and turned on the British? Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
God.
Yeah, and as people point out, it's because of the Russian calendar is different. It's just what makes it funny. It just makes it funnier.
As much wealth for you to attain in the first place. In this situation, the primary source of wealth.
Dude, okay. Wealth is a lot of things. It ain't just material wealth, okay?
He's gonna explain what he thinks wealth is in a post-apocalyptic world.
Okay. All right, here we go.
In this situation, the primary source of wealth would be food. And while the leader will most likely be able to attain more of it, it's going to be really hard to justify such wealth inequality when you know every single person in your village, you know, on a first name basis. And they're...
No, it isn't. Again, all you'll have to do is, hey, you know, I have a lot of the food and water that you guys need to survive. You know what? You look big, strong, and trustworthy. How about I give you more than everyone else, and you keep everyone else in line? And you know what? You look big and strong too. I'm going to do the same for you, and you keep everyone in line. Well, you know what? I'm building loyalty to myself.
Yeah, that's literally how these.
That's how these fucking function.
Literally, exactly. I pay you to do the things that benefit me.
Yeah,
I need some muscle to protect me. Well, I'll give you a little more, and now you're my muscle.
Yeah, I give you more than everyone else. You are now higher in society. You are now more well-fed, more cared after, and you have more luxuries than everyone else. All you have to do is literally just protect me. That's it. And you'll keep getting this. 50 Czech crowns from Psycho Kozel. The whole feudalism is about the protection. You may argue that the Caesar's warlordism could be tagged as feudalistic. Sadly, they have no content. Yeah, that's the biggest shame in New Vegas, is that a lot of content got cut from Caesar's Legion.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. Because, again, just being able to see one city of the Legion, and if it had been functioning and prosperous and people were happy and running about their normal lives, holy shit, it would have strengthened Caesar's argument tenfold.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Which, again, he's already so charismatic that people already side with him.
Yeah.
Having actual evidence that his system works way better than the NCR, oh boy.
Yeah, that would have done wonders for the Legion. Fuck. Anyways, back to this fucking dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Village, you know, on a first name basis, and they're the ones providing you with your food. I mean, I get your military to go kill them, but like, your military probably also knows them on a first name basis, so they're less likely to feel comfortable with that. And at the same time,
literally no. There's absolutely instances. People have killed their own family for benefit. Like, not even from someone else. There's people who have thought they could get something out of killing their own family and have done it. This is like basic shit.
This is fucking, look at Russia after the revolutions happened. If you turn in your neighbors as somebody who's against the party, we will give you this, this, and that. You will have a better life. You know how many people got fucking turned in? Holy shit.
Look at World War II with Germany, you know.
Yes.
Send us your Jewish neighbors. Tell us who they are, where you're hiding them. You know, tell us where they are, and we'll reward you. And all that.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking. Or if we want a different one, as somebody literally just pointed out, as Braddy Wastelander says, look at fucking Salem and the witch trials. Yes.
There you
Holy
go.
shit. People will turn on each other for a dime for the most petty of bullshit and for the most meager of reward.
Well, even the witch trials, it wasn't even for reward. It was out of fear that their neighbors...
No, but here's their thing. During the witch trials, some of them, they did it simply because they could feel special. That's how meager of a reward they got.
Yeah,
they felt
that's
like
true.
people were listening to them.
And not just that, but that some of... sometimes it was just done that they didn't like their neighbors, and it was a way to get rid of them.
Yeah. I know a few videos pointed out, like, Oversimplified did a great video about the Cold War, and he's one of the things that's talking about why McCarthyism was so fucking scary. He's like, your neighbor's dog barking too loud? Communist! The guy at the counter asking if you want paper or plastic? Communist! You know? Again, it was fucking insanity. Like, I get it. They are evil. You do have to fight them, but Jesus Christ, there's a thing called perspective.
It actually reminds me of a quote from Freeman's Mind. I'd sacrifice people by the cartload if it meant I could get better parking, or not have to wait in line.
Yes.
Fucking love that series.
I have to ask, like, has this guy ever been outside or ever talked to another human being?
I
or
don't
been
think
lied
so.
to or been betrayed? Like, I don't get it, man.
Yeah. Amora Silverspark with $5.
Thank you.
Thank you. Off topic, but Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram got hacked and are down.
Really? I don't use
couldn't
any of
happen to
those,
nicer
so I don't
companies.
know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, well, it could have happened to nicer people.
Hey, at least we're still up.
Yeah, we still exist. For now.
For now.
Rich job.
2 hours in, huh? Let me guess. We're past the 40-second mark on the video. Yeah, we're 5 minutes in.
Yeah, we're just
doing
over
good.
halfway through the video. We're making pretty good time considering.
Yeah, we might actually still get the backup video in. Oh boy, I bet
God.
you guys cannot wait for the backup video. Trust me.
I don't know
It's
if
a
I can do the backup video today because I might have something going on depending when this ends. So
Okay, yeah, we'll see. Such, I've just woken up, so TLDR of this guy.
he lives in a fucking fantasy land. That's all you need to know.
He thinks the post-apocalypse doesn't work because people didn't go out and buy new furniture and paint their houses and shit like that. That's why the post-apocalypse is illogical, because people would do that in a post-apocalypse, according to him. And his site, he cites real-world examples of just in his fucking head.
Well, I don't know about you, but all of my favorite real-world examples are fictional.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Comfortable with. And at the same time, if you do that, who's gonna be giving you food? Because
Do you know who? The people that don't want to be fucking killed for disobeying you.
Yeah.
You know, a sad truth of people, they will take security and safety over freedoms and thinking every day of the week. And I mean people in general. I'm talking a generalization of humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
who's gonna be giving you food? Because now you have to send out your military, and now you have even less people who you control, and there's gonna be less possibilities for acquiring more food. So at the end of the day,
No, literally, you have more people under your control. That's the point of your military, is that you conquer other groups and get them to do the work.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
Who's gonna be like other people? What?
Yeah, it's like, again, you can make an example of somebody talking back to you, and then other people think, oh man, I shouldn't talk back to him, otherwise that's gonna happen to me.
Why do you think fucking crucifixions or any of the fucking medieval horrible tortures exist?
Why do you think the fucking brass bowl existed?
Oh.
Well, yeah, dude was a sick fuck, but you know, it's a very effective message.
I'll say this too. He earlier brought up The Walking Dead, and I specifically remember a guy named Negan bashing somebody's brains in because Rick and his group attacked them and messed with their
It was to make a
Outposts and
point.
stuff?
And then I don't know about
Yes.
the show, but in the comics, Rick's group and the town they were in, I think it was actually called Sanctuary or something. They were
Something
under
like that.
Negan's thumb for a while. They had to provide tribute to him.
Yes.
$4.99
It's like-
from $5 from Jesse Whaley. Thank you. Just got off work. How bad is it? Very,
Bad.
It's
very,
bad.
very bad.
Very bad.
I keep saying this. This fucking dude lives in a fantasy land. He doesn't know how the real world fucking works at all. It's insane.
Oh boy.
Day, it really doesn't be the ultimate villain like you usually see in these games. Now, I imagine most people who are going to argue this point would probably point in the direction of North Korea and how their wealth inequality is a huge problem and there's no food. But the thing is, North Korea doesn't build its wealth through its ability to gain food. It builds its wealth through its ability to market with China. As a matter of fact, the majority of the t-shirts...
Okay.
He's okay. It's weird because he shifted gears. We're
Yeah.
still talking about the post-apocalypse, right?
Well, I can
Not
understand
real
how people
worlds.
would mistake North Korea for the post-apocalypse.
I mean, yeah, dude.
Nice.
Like, have you seen the footage that gets smuggled out of North Korea? Like, holy fuck,
Oh,
man.
yeah, it's terrible. But yeah, like you kind of just shifted the goalpost a little bit. Like, ooh, guys, North Korea in real life. So that's the post-apocalypse. I'm like, no, that.
Yeah, that doesn't fucking work.
And none of us even like we came up with a bunch of different examples, and none of us said anything about Korea. None of us said North Korea at all.
I just realized he's got a Morrowind map on his wall there. Why does it look so fucking shit?
Because it was all folded up and everything like that.
No, I'm not talking about even that, though that doesn't look good either. I'm talking about, like, the actual Morrowind map was in color. This is all, like, brown. Not to echo Acer, but literally, the Morrowind map wasn't brown like that.
Too much brown, guys.
It looks more like Oblivion's map, and it looks fucking garbage.
Hmm.
Like, I found a very high-quality picture of Morrowind's map.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
Yeah, I found a very high-quality version of Morrowind's map.
Oh,
that I
you know
plan
what
on
it
getting
is?
printed
Here's
ESO.
why. No, it's the Anthology Edition. That map comes with the Anthology Edition.
So the Anthology Edition gives a fucking lower quality, worse shitty looking map as compared to what was originally released.
This,
Yeah,
if
so you can have
yeah.
Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim.
Yeah, Skyrim. I have the Skyrim map. I don't have it hanging up, but I do have it, and it's the same as that. It's like completely brown and shitty looking.
See, I never got the physical copy of Skyrim, so I never saw its map. I know
Yeah.
Oblivion's
It's
map
exactly
was-
like that.
Oh.
Yep.
€5 from Lord Odin. Brown. Thank you. And yeah, Chad is going nuts with brown. I think that's here to stay. But
Okay, so here, as this points out with how weird this gear shift was, Supajasia with 25 Polish zloty. Food is wealth. North Korea has no food. They don't have to have food because they market with China without wealth.
yeah, if you're trading with
Hold on.
Huh?
No, that's what I mean. It's like it's one of those. Yeah, like hang on a second. Do you realize how dumb the thing you said was?
Yeah, if you're trading with another group, you're going to need something to give them in return for getting something from them.
Yeah. See, the thing is, like, he thinks in the post-apocalypse. I'm assuming he thinks that like the only currency in the post-apocalypse is food, and for some reason, he shifted gears to North Korea doesn't have a currency of food because people are going to use that to debunk me, which I don't think anyone here has, but you know, North Korea actually has a different currency system and they market with China. I'm like those two aren't like that doesn't work. Are you talking about post-apocalyptic North Korea or regular North Korea when you talk about currency? You're talking about two different things. Jesus Christ. I don't get it. I don't.
Yeah.
Now, were probably made in North Korea, which is concerning. Korea.
Yeah, we have to roll that back because something got cut off there.
It builds its wealth through its ability to market with China. As a matter of fact, the majority of the t-shirts in your closet right now were probably made in North Korea. Which...
What? I thought most of our clothes were made in like India or Taiwan or something.
India and China.
Yeah.
And China.
Not Korea.
I mean,
I'm sure there's
does
some,
he think
but...
that China, like that China is literally like, you guys give us your shirts, we give you your guns, your food, and everything. You just give us the shirts, and we'll sell it under our own brand.
$2. $2 from Mystic Space. Thank you. At least he isn't Acer Thorn, right? Yeah, this dude is a goddamn fucking giant IQ genius compared to Acer Thorn. Still not good though.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wonder if he knows why China actually supports North Korea.
Yeah, no, I think that would blow his fucking mind.
Yeah, I think that would completely shatter his entire world if he knew why.
Yeah. Oh boy, my dude, just fucking. You remember that whole thing about like we want to get along and build a stronger society together? It's like, what the fuck, man? You know how that doesn't fucking work. You just need to look why North Korea exists.
I just find that so funny that he's referencing Korea after saying that just a few minutes ago. Like, dude,
yes,
how the
humans
fuck are
will
you...
naturally come together to fucking form a bigger society. It's like, what the fuck,
Mr. We Are the World.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay, let's continue.
The majority of the t-shirts in your closet right now were probably made in North Korea, which is concerning. However, in a post-apocalyptic world, you don't have that option. I mean, sure, you could tell people to make...
Okay, so...
Wait, what?
He knows.
How do you realize this with fucking t-shirts?
Oh my god.
But not...
What? Okay, I think
carpentry and metal and fucking blacksmiths. How will you not notice this and fucking everything else?
To try to steel man for this guy, I'm gonna assume he's saying that because there is no established currency in a post-apocalyptic world, which there is, in some of them, you can't do what North Korea does and be like, hey, we're gonna make T-shirts. We don't and all that, and we were gonna make clothing and whatever you need. You have a very specific amount of resources and stuff. I think that's what he's going for.
Yeah, but the whole
I'm not sure.
The whole problem is that this completely contradicts his argument from earlier. So he knows that resources are going to be scarce. It's going to be hard to make new things.
Yes.
But now he's citing it as like these are the worst for me. I hate these the most. Where it's like, oh, so you know the thing you said earlier is bullshit, but you're going with it anyways.
Yeah.
He's rolling with it. Rolling right downhill.
Like, seriously, just reread your script so you don't fucking contradict yourself. Fucking hell.
I mean, it seems like he did this, like, just in one take. I mean, not one take, but, like, it seems like he just...
This is why...
This is why you script your videos, then.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If you speak better without reading the script, fine. You should still write out what you're going to say and then think it over about, does that sound bad? Does that sound good? Again, it's a way to trial and test yourself.
But it's worse than that. He had to edit this. I assume he edits his own videos.
He edited it.
Huh?
There were jump cuts. He edited it.
No. What I'm saying is, regardless of any of that, he still had to listen through his own video, and he still didn't notice, oh, hey, it doesn't make sense that people don't get new furniture, but wait, materials are going to be rare in the post-apocalypse.
Right.
Yeah.
Jesus. Like, I mean, this is also why, you just make a video, you edit and you show proof of what you're talking about and blah, 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 so that so you can look over what you just did and don't accidentally contradict yourself and make yourself like a fool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't retardedly say, "Oh, out of protest, I'm not gonna show any footage or evidence."
Yeah.
Maybe that would have helped. Maybe that would have helped you showing some evidence, because then you probably wouldn't be sitting right in front of us.
Well, you
while
know
we scream
what?
at you for hours.
You know what? We've only done... This is our 9th episode of STAG, and we've already encountered issues where people try to show evidence, and the evidence ends up contradicting the exact thing they're fucking saying at the moment they're saying it, so...
Yeah.
That was amazing.
That was insane.
The fact that it happened in screenshot form, no less, was...
Yeah, in
the icing on the
screenshot
cake.
form.
Well, he did it numerous times in his fucking New Vegas video, too.
Yeah, like
Well,
with
yeah.
fucking Volps, the fucking shit where... Well, because they're trying to run a business.
Excuse
Hang on,
me,
let's
I
not
think you
go
mean
too deep into that.
Volpes.
Yeah, Volpes. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Let's not go too deep into it, guys. Let's not go. We don't want to get dragged down into that, because we could be here for days talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let us continue this insanity.
However, in a post-apocalyptic world, you don't have that option. I mean, sure, you could tell people to make t-shirts, but who the hell are you going to sell them to? You may have neighbors...
That's your problem? Who are you going to sell them to?
In a
What about getting the
post-apocalyptic
fucking material?
world? What?
Oh my god. Does he think that people are just going to instinctively know how to make t-shirts?
Jesus
Dude,
Christ.
I'm going to ask you right now. I'm going to ask everybody in chat without going to fucking Google. How do you make a shirt? I'm going to ask you right now, with the benefit of modern society and knowledge and everything and intelligence, how do you make a shirt? I'm going to
Well,
ask
you just
you
go down to the
without
local
going to
fabric
Google.
land and buy some cloth, then you stitch it together.
I will say this.
It's like,
It
I
would be
genuinely
kind of
know.
jarring.
I genuinely know how to, but I kind of had to know. Okay, well, that'll get into the weirdness of the Marine Corps.
I mean, like, it would be very jarring to see in the post-apocalypse somebody just, I mean, you have the caravans who sell water over here and food over there. Then there's that guy who sells just plain T-shirts,
Yeah.
Like,
Ultra
we have
Ball in
these-
chat, by going to a crafting table.
Yeah. 2 plastic bags, duct tape, and what was that? And wool. I don't know, Seth. You need clothes and stitching, I guess.
€5
you need a
from
loom,
Lord...
weavers, a bunch of specialist knowledge and tools. Yeah.
€5 from Lord Odin. Thank you. By stabbing someone and stealing his shirt. You've got to be careful where you stab him, because number 1, you don't want to get blood on your new shirt. Number 2, you don't want to put a hole in your new shirt. So, you'd have to be careful about doing that kind of thing.
I don't know, just like put some material around someone in the shape of a shirt and get it stick together. Well, you're not too far off when it comes to like really, really ancient like Stone Age tech of like literally just cut some armholes in it and just stick your arms in and just let it hang off of you. That's kind of how they did it. But dude, this is one of those things like I bet you he doesn't even know what a fucking loom is.
Yeah.
It's so strange. I mean, who you gonna sell the shirts to? Because everyone's dead. It's like that is not the priority in post-apocalyptic.
That is not the issue with your fucking hypothetical here, my dude.
And here's the thing. Let's just assume you did just so happen to have cloth, a needle, and thread to stitch something together. Most people aren't going to have the skill to properly stitch 2 pieces of cloth together.
Yeah, that's where like things like a loom come in and really fucking help you out. But dude, my God, man, my God. Dude, I would love to know. Okay, how do you think this dude? If I said this dude, okay, make a cross weave. I think this dude's eyes would glaze over and be like, "The fuck's a cross weave?" I'm like, yeah, congrats.
Dynamic junk economy. Oh God.
Like I
Today's
really
unfortunate victim is the cantina, and oh my God, this video is horrible.
Yeah, this video's fucking god awful. Fuck.
Oh man.
But who the hell are you going to sell them to? You may have neighbors, but they're not going to have the same level of wealth as you might get through China, who can then sell to the entire
You just talked about the fucking post-apocalyptic. The well.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Wealth is
When it's
not the issue when it comes to T-shirts. T-shirts are useless in the post-apocalypse.
No, it's even worse than that. It's even worse than that. Okay, because it ain't about the wealth dynamic suddenly fucking changes in the post-apocalypse. Now, dude, I got about $10,000 on me. I don't fucking care. I'll take that. I'll take that cow there instead. How about that? That way I can get some milk out of it. If the cow fucking dies, we got steaks. I know where I'm getting some sustenance from.
Yeah.
Shit changes. Like the
seemed...
scale dramatically, like, plummets.
I know he used food as wealth, but he doesn't seem to understand what even bartering is, where you trade objects of value that aren't currency for other objects of value. So, like, you know, I'm a blacksmith and you're a fucking tailor, so I give you a sword in exchange for a few t-shirts and pants. You know?
Yeah.
Super Jassia with 25 Polish Lodi. Unrelated, but Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp servers blown up now. Great War? Nah, it's party time.
If
Yeah,
only
exactly.
Twitter went down too, he'd fucking...
Dude, I would
we would have had
celebrate.
most of the cesspools fucking purged.
Yeah, and then we would have just needed Reddit to fall afterwards. Like, man, we would be so close. We'd be inching into a day of sanity.
A new golden age of fucking peace
That will
and sanity.
last until the servers come back online.
Oh.
Yeah. I know there's just a lot of people spazzing out right now and losing control because they don't have these servers.
Yeah,
That's sad.
and he thinks that these same people are going to be able to instantly rebuild society the moment the bombs drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have it so good nowadays that we don't need the skills that would be required in order to survive day to day without the luxuries we have.
Yep.
It's insane how much, like, you don't consider it because it's normal to us, but it's insane just how much we do have.
Yeah. My memes are gone. Pain.
Well, yeah, the greatest loss would be the memes.
Yep.
Everything else can go, though. Fuck Twitter, fuck Facebook.
Yeah. Oh my
Dude,
god.
the entire world. Now, I think the best example of a realistic post-apocalyptic world I can think of would probably be Horizon Zero Dawn. This is a world where everybody's gone back to tribal situations, people are friendly, people want to help each other.
Oh
my
boy.
god.
I'm not familiar.
You have a very racist understanding about what tribalism was, my dude.
I haven't played this game, but, like, he's just going back to the same thing we covered earlier. Oh, everyone is friendly and trying to work together, and just fuck off.
You don't need to play the game. Him saying that they've gone back to tribal natures, which is why they're all friendly with each other. It's like, my dude, wow.
So did he just...
That's some fucking racist shit there.
So does he just think all the native Indian tribes were just, like, holding hands and being peaceful with each
And
other
singing Kumbaya all the time?
For thousands of years before the white man came to North America? Because, man, that is not how it happened. That's not how it worked.
No.
Yeah, that's
not
what I
at
said.
all.
This is a horrible stereotype, my dude. That is... You really need to fix that. That is a really bad stereotype. And stereotypes can go both ways if you weren't aware.
Yeah. $5 from Mystic Space. Thank you. If Twitter and Facebook died, it'd be the ending of Return of the Jedi. Celebration, baby. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes. As Obdulio put it, the noble savage. It's like, yeah, dude, that is a very damaging perspective to have.
There's a movie I saw several years ago called Black Robe. And it's about this priest who came to Canada back when it was first being settled. And he's traveling with a tribe of natives. And a big part of this movie is that the tribe he's with gets attacked by another tribe and, from what I remember, gets fucking wiped out. I'd have to watch that movie again. It was a pretty decent movie, though. But, yeah, these people, obviously they have a deep history, but they also have a deep history of fucking slaughtering each other. Like, the fact this guy thinks everything was peaceful back then is insane. Like, actually insane.
Let's see if he continues with that, because that was a hell of a statement to make.
$5 again from Mystic Space. Thank you. Does this guy hate my country, USA, because he thinks we killed the innocent tribals when expanding? He might be one of those people.
We'll have to find out.
Yeah. But even then, that's a group meeting another group and fucking fighting, not just Oh god, that point is going to drive me fucking insane because of how fucking stupid it is.
Yep.
He's gone back to situations, people are friendly, people want to help each other. However, it's still dangerous. There are still bad people out there who do want to hurt you, but for the most part, for most people, it's just daily life as usual. However, my problems with post-apocalyptic worlds extends far beyond the lack of realism, because as dumb as these worlds can be, sometimes it's fun just to make a dumb, goofy world. And for
Okay, so he's just skipping past the whole tribal part completely.
Yeah, that was fucking... What a weird point. And then he just throws in the caveat, oh, there's still bad people there, but most people are good. It's like, what? But dude, what?
Yeah,
$5 from Lone Courier. Yeah, this is the last straw. Fuck Facebook. I'm deleting it. Also, look at games like Rust, DayZ, or Ark. People kill you to take your stuff to survive.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of videos on YouTube where people will attack other groups just to get their shit. Like, this happens both in the real world and in video games where the point is to survive.
I don't think, so Tyler McDonald says, most people are bad people. I don't think that's true. I think that's taking the pendulum swing too far in the other direction. I just think people are different and their motives for doing things. What you think is bad, the other group thinks it's good for us, though.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing, like, if your entire village is, like, threatened by someone else, even if you are superior in every way and you have no wants or needs, you still are going to probably bap the fucking guys that are a threat to you, because they're going to kill you and yours.
Yeah, and even if they don't manage to win against you, they're still going to be killing your own people, which you do not want. So
yeah, so it's just one of those things. It's like, I think saying that most people are bad, that's too far, but also saying most people are good is also going too far. People are complicated. That's just how it fucking works.
Yeah. And I also go as far as saying, like, being selfish and greedy isn't strictly a bad thing either. It just, there are a lot of people who are that way that are really bad people. But it doesn't, you know what I mean.
It's unchecked greed and selfishness.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, the vast majority of people, you do not want to have harm come to yourself. That's a selfish interest.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to have my leg blown off. That is a selfish desire. Is it bad? No. Most people, most people can understand that. Yeah, no, I totally agree. If I was you, I wouldn't want my leg blown off either. Yeah, selfish kind of keeps you alive.
Yeah.
What the Fallout series is trying to do, they're not trying to be realistic, they're just trying to create a game that lives within the tropes of this genre. But
well, unfortunately, that was not what the point of Fallout 1 and 2 and New Vegas are, which you cited New Vegas as one of your examples. They were trying to do a realistic understanding of how societies rise and fall and how ideologies combat each other in the post-apocalypse.
Yeah.
Sure, the exact details like ghouls existing or super mutants existing, not realistic. However, that doesn't matter because the overall theme is still the rise and fall of ideologies and factions, and those who are too stubborn to adapt fall.
Yeah, and also this tends to be the reason why you don't talk about things that you don't know about, because when you get things wrong, you look a little bit fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yep.
$5 from Jesse Whaley. Thank you. What fairy tales does this dude live in? I'd like to visit because I need a break from freaking reality. It's baffling how this guy has this worldview.
Probably lives in a gated community.
And hasn't studied history at all and thinks everything is like fucking Lord of the Rings or whatever.
Yeah.
What's that? What's
And
that?
Lord of the Rings is good, but like,
You know
man.
There's a great joke that is so fucking accurate in today's society. Wow, a shit take like that could only come from somebody who's college educated.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He does have that whole neckbeard thing going on, you know?
Yeah.
Now, yeah, he hasn't quite reached that point, but it's getting there. It's growing.
Yep. Supa Jasiu with 25 Polish Lodi. Oh no!
Thank you.
He has jump cuts between every other sentence. It took several takes. He read this script several times. Yeah, there are definitely a lot
that's
of
assuming he
jump cuts.
scripted
Oh my
it.
god.
That's assuming he scripted it. It just might be entirely off the cuff. But even then, he had to edit through this and watch through it. So, like...
So he could choose which ones to keep and which to remove, yep.
Yeah.
Probably scrapped the whole video if I made something like this.
Yeah, this
Just
entire video...
keep that to yourself.
You hope... This is one of those things where you hope that if you do a video this bad, you learn from it. Or you'd hope that you would catch it the first time through. You'd be like, man, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
But if you put it out there anyways, and then people pointed out all these things, you'd be like, you know what? Yeah, this was kind of dumb.
Yeah.
And then you would like say something about it, or like do a new video, like an update on the thought or something.
Yeah. Can we
and then
ban
be like,
jump...
these... Oh,
Go ahead. I was reading a comment, but go ahead.
And you would just have that whole thing of like, can I learn from this? Can we get better? And stuff like that. Because again, if you want to talk about how toxic YouTube comments can be, and they absolutely fucking can be, you know how you build off of that? When you get pushback and it's legitimate criticism, you say, you know what? I didn't think of it that way. I have a new perspective on it. Here, we'll put in with that.
Yeah.
And that's how you slowly build up a community that will gatekeep out the fucking shitlords for you.
Mm.
Now comment in chat. Can we ban jump cuts? I don't even have like a specific problem with that, but you want to know what would be a good way to fucking hide all your jump cuts? Use a little bit of video game footage.
Yes.
Yes.
Footage that
Definitely.
supports the arguments you're making, maybe.
Absolutely.
But those tropes are also what bothers me about this whole thing. Because post-apocalyptic worlds are often bland, brown, and boring. Every single area is basically the exact same. All the people are either depressed or murderers, and there's never any hope for humanity. The world...
Which, as we proved, Fallout New Vegas contradicts you in every category.
Insanely
I knew-
fucking reductive. Jesus Christ.
You clearly just either didn't play very much of the game or you paid literally no attention to it.
You guys believe that the second he said brown, that was when I was like, okay, I need to bring it to these guys. I need to bring this video to them.
Yeah,
that was when I was like, okay, it's a Thorn, we're doing this.
Yeah.
The entire chat exploded with it as well. Brown?
$2 from Lone Courier, thank you. He made the brown argument. Let's go! Yeah.
Guess I was right.
Yep.
See, when I said the map
Fucking great.
earlier was brown, that stood out to me because Morwin's map is in color. I wasn't saying it's brown so it's bad. Well, it kind of does look kind of shitty when it's like that. But that's besides the point. It's entirely different saying the map looks ugly because it's like that rather than, oh, hey, yeah, this entire world looks brown. But it makes sense for it to look brown and those colors are used well. It's not a good criticism against these games. And if anything, Fallout 3 was green. So
he said it's bland, brown, and boring.
Yeah.
Bland and boring are kind of like the same thing. So
yeah.
a bit redundant there, you know?
Yeah. And he needs to explain like why it's boring, because when someone just says, "Oh, hey, this thing is boring," well, like we started off with at the beginning, that doesn't mean anything.
Well, he said earlier every area is basically the same, and everybody's either murderers or
depressed.
Depressed, and I'm just like, those things are not true. about New Vegas.
Yeah, which is what you cited.
Yeah.
Also, 10 Polish Lodi from Zupa Jasio. Brown.
Thank you.
50 Czech crowns from Psycho Kozel. We have nice reality show where we take people and put them into a farm to survive and thrive. We should force people like them into that show.
Nah, we can't do that because this guy would be dead in the first 2 days.
Yep.
Uh,
$2 super chat from Mystic Space. Thank you. Acer Thorn PTSD for the 4th time today now.
Rip.
Yep.
I mean, it's strange because he said earlier in the video that he streamed Fallout New Vegas or he was playing it on Twitch or whatever.
Yeah, he said
It's
he
like
streamed it on
how
Twitch.
long? Yeah, how long did you play this game? Did you talk to anybody? Did you meet anyone? I have to look. I have to find a stream.
Here's my thing. Does Doc Mitchell seem depressed to you?
No.
He seems kind of jovial and kind of jokey with you. Dude, if you have your
Despite his
intelligence,
wife dying, keep in mind.
if you have your intelligence boosted up really high, well, look at that. Seems them bullets did your brain some good.
Is
Yeah.
Sunny Smiles depressed to him?
Oh boy.
I don't think anyone in Goodsprings seems depressed to me. And
Like
No.
Easy Pete's the only one that comes remotely close, but he doesn't seem depressed. He's more reserved.
He's just old, you know.
Can we take a very short break for a moment? I need to go to the bathroom and check on a couple of things, and then...
yeah, we
Okay.
could continue talking about whatever until then.
Okay.
Yeah.
we'll
So I'll
keep-
get this super chat real quick then.
All right. I'll be back
$2 from
momentarily.
Jesse Whaley. Thank you very much. I heard you hate brown, so put brown in your brown.
Huh. What I was gonna say though is I don't remember any, like, there probably is some NPCs in New Vegas that are depressed, but for the most
Is
part,
it-
I didn't see many who really were.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can think of in Fallout 3. There's Bittercup. She's depressed.
Well,
But-
I had a better one. That one dipshit in Preston's group, his face is literally fucking modeled to make him look sad all the time. And all his lines are about how sad he is and how fucking horrible everything is.
Yeah. Let's see who else. Who else is depressed in Fallout? Jeez.
While you think of that, $5 super chat from Mystic Space. Easy Pete gonna come out of retirement to beat this guy.
Shoot. I have nothing. Like I have a bunch of Fallout 3 characters, like a few of them, but like not any.
Well,
Not any New Vegas.
as Bratty Wastelander points out, the only depressed character I can think of is Boone, and he has good fucking reason for it.
All right, and
I added the fucking, but yeah, no, he absolutely does have a good reason for it. He had to execute his own wife to keep her out of slavery with the Legion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see. You can kind of see how that would bum a dude out.
Yeah.
So I don't
Um,
know where. Okay, and murderers. He also said and murderers. So I want to.
Yeah.
I don't think the Good Springs people are murderers per se. I mean, they don't even attack. They don't even attack Joe Cobb for when he starts threatening them and stuff like that. Like he doesn't
exactly.
even. They don't even defend themselves
Here-
against
Here's
actual
another.
raider.
Here's another example too. There's that guy right outside the strip gate, Old Ben. He's just like
Yep.
washed up guy who's done a bunch of jobs, and he's still like, he's not depressed. He's not a murderer. He's just there giving advice to people. Hey, don't fuck with the Securitrons. They'll fuck you up. And then there's a quest where you can get him a job where he's like doing stuff again and not just sitting around doing nothing.
Yep.
I don't see how that's depressed. It's such a broad generalization. It's so reductive.
Super Jassio says, Creetosis, isn't the super ugly ghoul in the Atomic Wrangler Shakedown quest depressed? I mean, the guy is called ugly by other ghouls, so he might be.
Maybe. I'm not sure I've interacted with that character, actually. If I have, it's been a while.
Billy the ghoul is depressed inside the fridge.
Well, he's gonna stay depressed because we're not letting him out. He can fucking die. Piece of fucking shit.
I think there's a ghoul. Actually, no. Rotface isn't depressed either. Like he's just sitting there, poor as hell, and giving you advice.
You can't
I
even
went out
say...
of
You
I
can't
went
e-
out of my way to get him that hat. By the way,
Nice. You can't even really say this about Fallout 3, though, because a lot of NPCs there aren't depressed.
They're just kind of generically there.
Yeah. Like, Gob hates his job, that he's, like, getting beaten by Moriarty and shit, but besides that, most of the NPCs and even Megaton seem pretty upbeat considering the situation they're in.
Yeah.
You might have an argument with Big Town. Everyone there is, like, kind of miserable.
Well,
But
that's also because they're constantly under attack.
yeah, from
so,
two groups, and at least that's understandable.
The Blind Rouge or Rogue, fuck. Blind Rouge. Jesus, God, I got it right the first time. Dr. Mobius is so depressed that he has to constantly take mentates to not think about all the crimes he's helped create. Is he? I swore that he took all the mentates so he didn't lose his mind. I'd have
And
to
I guess you
recheck
could
that
say
carefully.
I guess you could say the slaves in
I
New
know.
Vegas are
No.
depressed.
Yeah,
If you want.
don't worry, Blind Rouge. I know. I accidentally like reconverted it to Rogue, and then I had to rechange it back to Rouge again.
The slaves at Paradise Hills.
Harold is depressed in Fallout 3. Chapman is right. Harold is very
Okay.
depressed in Fallout 3.
But again, he's got a fairly decent reason for it. And even then, we've only been able to name a handful of characters. He's saying everyone is depressed or a murderer, and we just... that's not the case, even for Bethesda Fallout.
I mean, I'll say only Bittercup. I mean, actually, even Bittercup has good reasons to be depressed. So I'm not even going to say she doesn't. God dang it.
Yeah,
Lone Courier says, taking the Mentats caused Mobius to lose his mind. The character he put on became him. I disagree. I think Mobius has always been the way he was when you actually talk with him. He put on the supervillain act to try to keep the think tank busy so they would stop trying to fuck with the world.
Every time you guys talk about that DLC, I just think about the time where Acer Thorn attacked his own brain.
Oh.
So fucking
I heard about that. What is the context for that? Did he just walk in the room, see the brain, and
he ran in, saw a brain, and attacked it with with the blade.
Fucking
really
murder
bad.
hobo thinks he has any fucking place to criticize a game when he doesn't fucking engage with it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
All right.
I took some medication. Hopefully, my headache will go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, are you ready to put that to the test?
Oh boy.
We have
Hey.
3 more minutes, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
3
gonna
minutes.
say we're doing pretty good. This might end up being a pretty short stream today if that's the case. So, hey.
Uh,
Yeah, we'll find out.
It's time to survive. And most of the time when there is a town, which sometimes there's just no towns with no people whatsoever, it's not even different from the rest of the world. Like, what have these people been doing? They've been living here for like 200 years. They haven't done anything.
Okay, so again, that's a point for Fallout 3 and 4, not New Vegas. And
yeah.
what is he referring to? Towns that don't even have people in them.
Oh, he's talking about towns that have been abandoned? Well, yeah, if your town can't produce anything or doesn't get any travelers or anything, I'd fucking abandon it too.
There's a little area in Nipton. I mean, that little area with all those white houses. I mean, that's completely abandoned. But he's not talking about that, is? Oh,
I don't know. Again, it'd be so helpful if he actually showed some fucking evidence.
Or if he
yeah.
elaborated a little more than not at fucking all.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a town in New Vegas that's entirely abandoned, and I can't think of any other than maybe Boulder City, but that was fucking destroyed.
Yeah, Boulder City was blown to smithereens, so it makes
So-
sense it's
The
fucking
only-
abandoned.
The only thing I could think of is there's several buildings you can't enter. Slightly southwest of Nellis. It's close to that one building that has all the corn growing inside. But
yeah.
but there's nothing there really. It's just
It's not really a town. It's just
Yeah.
a few houses spaced sparsely, which I don't blame anyone for not wanting to live there. Like, you're really not going to be able to grow crops there. There's raiders there. It's isolated.
But
It's kind of not
I
safe.
even for Fallout 3, I don't know what he could be referring to there, because, like, yeah, you'll come across abandoned, like, pre-war towns and buildings and stuff, but it's clear they've been like that since the war. It's not like... It doesn't seem like people have lived in these places since then.
As Brady Wastelander says, dude, if people live in an area and find out it's easier to get resources to survive somewhere else, they're gonna fucking move.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why am I adding fucking to everything? But I guess I like emphasizing the point.
Yeah. That's part of the reason I do it, too. And that's part of my problem with Big Town and Fallout 3, actually, is, okay, you're under assault from slavers. You're under assault from super mutants, both of which who attack your shitty little town and take people away. So, might be a good idea to, maybe move to a different area, away from them, away from these.
Yeah, and there are
incredibly
places they
hostile
can
groups.
move.
I don't know how many times it needs to be said, but the entire wasteland is literally free real estate. You don't have to live in Megaton or Rivet City. You could settle elsewhere. And
you could go to the Republic of Dave.
Dude, as Daniel K points out, I mean, they wouldn't do something as stupid as build a town around a nuke.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah.
No one would do anything that fucking dumb.
I agree with that. Bernie Gore says, such as the exaggerated swagger of a person who can't stop swearing. I agree. I just have that where sometimes you just got to put it in for emphasis.
Yeah.
This world, I would be like, okay, I'm gonna rebuild my house. I'm
Why?
not gonna make it look like a piece of garbage.
With
because
what?
I know what a good house should look like. I have a rough idea.
Oh
of
my
how to build.
god.
You know what a good
Oh,
house
Oh my
survival.
god. What is...
Are you going to
fucking
magic?
point?
Are you going to magic all the resources you need into existence?
No, I've got a better one. I know what a good painting looks like. I can't fucking make one because I'm not an artist.
Yeah,
Fucking
dude.
hell.
This is some fucking insanity.
Just
So
do it,
bad.
forehead.
I'm saying he can't even get to the point of actually doing the construction to make his house better.
Also, keep
Because
in
he can't
mind,
find
he
the
said he
resources.
knows what a good house looks like. That's going off the assumption that he survives the nukes and then has the time between trying to survive to make his house look nice in the chaos. Like, dude, no. If you want to be in the same situation as what you're trying to criticize, you would not know what a nice house looks like in general, like unless you visited some place that is basically untouched by the radiation and the bombs and all this other shit and was upkept for 200 years. You would not know what a genuinely good looking house would look like. And secondly, even if you did, where would you get the resources to or the tools? Better yet, let's say you lived next to some abandoned houses that you could scavenge from. Okay, well, where are you going to get the saws and the hammers and all these other tools that you need to do this shit? And the help.
This guy's
know if-
argument literally seems to be just do it, forehead.
Yeah.
It's insane.
25 Polish Zloty from Super Jesiu. Big Town can't move because they can't go to Lamplight to tell them they moved. Every new big kid will get kicked out with directions to abandoned town.
That's the problem, though, is that they literally can. Like, okay, hey, we've moved. Let's go over to Lamplight and tell them, hey, Big Town, super dangerous. You're going to die if you go there. If you're going to kick people out of Lamplight, you send them to this place instead.
Yeah, or even just put up a sign next to Big Town saying, hey, we went this way instead. No, this town's abandoned. Go that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, granted, then raiders or somebody would probably put up a sign that says go this way and make it easier prey, but whatever.
Yeah, who knows? Still.
Yes, I mean, speaking of raiders, another thing is, I mean, even if he did build his house to his very specific, requirements and everything like that, who's to say a bunch of raiders don't show up at his door and say, "Hey, nice
That's a
place.
nice place. Yeah.
This is my place. This is mine now."
Yeah.
I have like 5 goons with me. What are you gonna do about it?
In fact,
Yeah.
that's probably exactly
Yeah.
what would happen.
Yeah, especially with him, because
Yes.
God knows he would be more focused on making it look nice than making it defendable.
Yeah.
Wait
I
a
don't want
minute.
to board
If
up
you,
the
if you
windows because it wouldn't let in the natural sunlight.
wait a minute, guys. If you guys push me around, who's gonna get you guys food?
You are dipshit, or we're
You
gonna kill
are.
you.
Exactly. But we need to be coming together and kumbaya.
We are coming
are the
together. You're
worlds.
working for us now.
Now, I thought of this earlier in the stream, but it's becoming more and more relevant. If this guy had to fucking survive, it would look like the Chaz with their fucking garbage bags and dirt
Oh
on
my
top. trying
Yeah,
to
the
grow
fucking
food.
LARP garden.
LARP
Yes.
garden.
Oh.
Yeah. If the apocalypse happens, this guy's one of the first ones going. I don't
Dude.
I don't say that to be mean or because I wish ill upon him. It's just a
No.
fact. I'm probably one of the first ones gone too. I'm just saying. There's no way this guy's surviving the post-apocalypse.
Mystic Space with $2 says this isn't Minecraft where you build a house easy. Yeah.
It seems like he thinks it works that way. Like his
Just grab some
argument,
dirt blocks out of the ground and start stacking them. God, why can't they figure this out?
I have to say this again because this is what he just argued. Just do it, forehead. Just build the house. Just make it look nice. Things don't work that way. I don't know how else to tell you.
So bad.
Oh God.
I have a rough of how to build one. None of this makes sense. Honestly,
You have a rough idea how to build one. I'm gonna put X to down on that.
Oh yeah.
I think this is very much a Dunning-Kruger thing. Your rough idea of how to build it would probably not hold together under a stiff breeze.
Yeah. Especially if you're doing it alone, because lining everything up, getting like let's say you were to do the proper steps and you're to build like the skeleton of the wall. You have your supporting beams and like the little the fire blocker beams in between and all that. Like, okay,
Oh,
so
God.
you manage to
Would
get that
he-
together and you have a foundation to put it on. Getting that up alone and leveling it and making sure it's even and like everything across, man, that's gonna be insanely fucking hard to do alone. There's a
Yeah.
reason most people don't do it alone.
Would he even know to use mechanical leverage to his fucking advantage?
I don't
Would he
think
even
so.
know to like set up a lever and pulley system to help him along? Oh boy.
I don't believe he would. He hasn't given me any reason to have any faith that he has the skill to do that.
Yeah, that's
If anything, it's the opposite throughout this video.
oh, as Hunter Knight points out, even if he could structurally build a house, I bet he doesn't know shit about proper insulation and weatherproofing.
Yeah, I was
Mm.
about to read that one out too. Yeah, this guy is fucked. This guy is completely fucked in the post-apocalypse. He would have to fucking pray that he falls in with a group that's willing to tolerate him, that has all the skills to keep him alive.
Yep. 25 Polish Zloty from Zupa Jasio. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. I would pay to watch this guy try and figure out support beams, especially that when he needs them.
That would
Yeah.
that would genuinely be fucking hilarious reality TV show. I
Oh
hate
my
reality
God.
TV, but
I just
but
thought of
pulling out
something.
people like this and trying to get them to do like basic things like, oh hey, well I guess I shouldn't say basic, but hey, build a house. Here's your materials, and they just look at it dumbfounded as what they're fucking supposed to do.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
I just thought of something. You know how you was talking about earlier how, if you have somebody in your group or your town who is constantly doing shit that you don't like, you would just kick them out? What if you lived in a post-apocalyptic town and you had one retard who kept going down to the only water source you have and taking the clean water in buckets back to his house just so he can pour it on his walls and clean the dirt off every day? Would you let him stay?
Yeah, no.
No, that
That's-
guy.
That dude is winding up missing that night.
Yeah,
I was gonna say they would find him the next day with a bullet in his head in the outside of the town.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, this guy is literally like your worst nightmare in a post-apocalypse setting. Like, what the fuck? The fact that he's like, why don't they go and like clean their houses with the water that they have? I would do that, and yeah, and like everyone else would be like looking at him like, motherfucker, we're gonna kill you for wasting our water.
Yeah, again, not to be mean or anything. I don't intend to be mean here. If the apocalypse happens tomorrow and you find this guy in your group, fucking ditch him as soon as you can.
Yeah, we're not saying actively kill him. You need to get away from him though as fast as you can. He is going to be a lead weight around your neck.
Yeah. And we actually see this in A Song of Ice and Fire too, when Arya, Gendry, and Hot Pie are traveling with some of the survivors from Yoren's group. The couple of hunters are like, okay, you guys wait here. We'll be back later. They never fucking came back because it would have been so much harder to survive supporting these 3 kids they don't care about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you end up in the post-apocalypse, fucking ditch this guy.
Rough idea of how to build one. None of this makes sense. Honestly, it just feels like only the lazy people have survived. Like I said before, where's the carpenters? Where's the...
Okay,
You think...
We've already gone over this. This is a fucking ridiculous point. If you think
it's lazy to constantly, every day, worry about your own fucking survival?
Is it lazy to, have a farm and tend to it and learn the finer points of agriculture in the post-apocalypse?
And defense and just everything else you need to survive over, I don't know, making your house look pretty and learning feng shui.
Learning how to properly clean and fix your weapons and armor so that you can defend yourself from raiders. Like that's lazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was hilarious to me, Pig. I just could imagine someone like this in the post-apocalypse. This shack doesn't have the proper feng shui.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I could just see this guy being like the one hippie in the group who's just like, but the feng shui, guys, we gotta think about the feng shui.
Yeah, the aura in here is all wrong, guys.
Yeah.
I don't think the browns of the rusted metal go with the browns of the wood our shack is made out of.
God, you just remind me of that one chick from fucking Fallout 3 where she's like, if you die, like try to do it away from our base, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry if all my blood would clash with all this brown.
As Prince Among Kings points out, it's funny for this guy to critique hard labor of survival as lazy when he probably hasn't worked a day in his life.
Yeah. Brown on brown crime. Oh,
man.
Somebody who knows how to do anything. It's basically idiocracy, except if a nuclear bomb went off. I think it...
No, you fucking... Oh
Dude,
my god.
You are the living embodiment of idiocracy right now, my dude.
Yeah, what we're watching is idiocracy. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I know we covered it earlier, but like, people with these skills are not going to be plentiful in the wastelands. Like,
yeah,
it isn't.
They're not even plentiful in real life.
Dude,
So.
carpenters don't even make up 1% of the United States population, okay?
Yeah.
So, them surviving, you already have low odds because you're such a small group. But hey, some of them will survive. But now, the problem is, your world isn't about being a carpenter anymore. Your world is literally about where do I get food, where do I get water, and where do I have shelter for the night.
In fact, any carpentry skills would likely be used primarily for defenses rather than having a proper shelter.
Dude, you would be making spears and fucking making like pungy pits everywhere to keep yourself safe.
Spike traps, those I don't know what they're called, but they're like the spikes that are tied together that face towards any I guess any possible incoming attackers. Yeah, your carpentry skills are probably going to be mostly for defenses rather than necessarily shelter. Like,
Yeah.
you'll probably give some tips to the other people of your group to, like, okay, you need a roof and you need supports for that roof. I'm going to go build the defenses now so we cannot die.
$5 from a guy under a bridge. Thank you very much. Lazy people like Kaisar, Lanius, Courier 6, House, Father Elijah, the Khans, the Enclave, the NCR, arguably, the quarry workers, the gun runners.
Yeah, all a bunch of lazy fucking schmucks. Not doing fucking anything to rebuild in the post-apocalypse.
Yeah, everyone's so fucking lazy.
And they're all depressed murderers.
Yep. Hunter Knight also points out the issue even with surviving as a tradesman in a group is that it's not a guarantee that you or anyone else has a level of proficiency that allows you to teach anyone.
Yeah, and there's a thing we've been talking about a lot too is you need the materials to be able to even build this stuff, so...
Yep.
Yeah, you need the materials, and then there's also a good chance that if you are extremely proficient at this stuff, you're either going to be sought out or seek out a better living since you have these skills, which means you're naturally going to be drawn towards that big shiny bit right over the horizon over there. Oh, hey, my skills will make me a lot of money if I go there.
In fact, number one, there would probably be other groups who would want to hire you out of the group you're in because they have deeper pockets and they need your skill and ability. Number two, if there's any attacks on different groups, like they'd probably want to kidnap the skilled tradesmen, the carpenters, and so on. Like especially the carpenters.
Well,
because holy shit, what a valuable skill!
Medicine men would be like priority captures, carpenters priority captures, anybody who knows how to do proper like metalworking or can repair guns and shit like that, priority capture.
And you wouldn't even go for plumbers or electricians because you need the systems in place to even require those guys, so they'd be way down the list.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. I mean, because plumbers and electricians, they work hard as well, but unfortunately it's the apocalypse. Electricity may never come back.
Yeah.
So
though they would be high priority if you did have electricity and plumbing. They
would be. So if there was a town that survived and they had like a coal plant nearby or something, they would be ones to be like, yeah, no, we still want electricians and shit like that because we have all this. We can still work all this. They'd be the ones with like electric fences and shit up that they.
$2 for a Mystic Space. Thank you. Someone send Asuka to slap this Baka?
I'm not familiar.
I don't speak Moon Rune, I'm sorry. But no, to be fair, I don't know. I don't know enough about animes or anything like that. I just know Baka is idiot.
Yeah, Baka's
idiot. You hear it all the time. Baka.
Oh god, are they talking about Asuka from fucking I don't know. There's a few things that could be from. I don't know.
I mean, it's problem? Like, I think it's one of those. I'm showing my age here, but one of those. It's not like I like you or anything, Baka, something like that.
No. Baka means idiot. It does mean idiot.
Okay.
Yeah, it means idiot. I'm just trying to figure out Asuka. I think that's from Evangelion.
$2 for Mystic Space. Thank you. It's an Evangelion.
Okay, it is Evangelion. I was right then.
Evangelion reference.
Yeah, it's Evangelion. Yeah.
Okay.
The orange-haired chick.
All right.
I had a feeling.
I don't watch much anime. Okay, I've watched a few that I really like, and that's it. I don't.
Sometimes
I'll do the anime thing.
Sometimes I'll put it on the side, just to have like noise.
It depends, because like.
Yamada.
There are a lot of things in anime I find annoying.
There's some really good ones, and then there's some really bad ones. Like, it's a mixed bag.
If anything can be described accurately as obnoxious anime girl noises, I'm probably gonna fucking despise it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, everybody in chat making me get the feels for Kiryu.
People are calling me out for saying Evangelion.
Christ.
Neo Geo Evangelio. Oh my god, that reminds me of an old video. I'll have to send it to you guys. Yeah,
Neon Genesis Evangeliton.
I am glad you're watching Cowboy Bebop, though. I've been wanting you to watch that for a long time.
Oh yeah, I started watching it a couple of years ago, and I got 4 episodes in, and then Crunchyroll stopped allowing it for Canada. I'm like, fuck you.
Oh wow, what a fucking dickbags.
Well, it's probably not them. It's probably licensing things, to be fair, but still, it's fucking retarded.
Yeah, I use like 9 anime and shit like that. I don't use fucking Crunchyroll. I can't stand them.
Well, I've got an alternate way of watching Cowboy Bebop now, so I'm slowly getting through it.
Yeah, it's so good. I fucking love Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, and we got to get through it before the show.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit of a spoiler.
Train wreck.
That's a bit of a spoiler.
Oh no, we're just talking about Netflix show. The Netflix
No, I
adaptation.
know, but that's what I'm getting at. Is I don't think we've revealed to them yet that we're planning on covering that.
I think we did. Yeah, we mentioned it in the server. We even posted videos about it.
Oh, we did.
I think so. I think you did, didn't you?
I know we
could've
thought.
sworn you
I know
did.
we said we were going to cover.
We're covering
Invincible.
Invincible is being covered.
Yeah. But I think you
That's
mentioned
the
something
next
about Cowboy. Oh wait, maybe it wasn't us. Maybe it was just random people having the exact same thoughts as we did, and it just happened to align.
Probably.
That's probably what it was.
But I guess it's out now. Yeah. When the Netflix Bebop comes out, or Bebop Flix, or whatever you want to call it, we're gonna be covering that shit because, oh my god, it looks fucking awful from everything we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Dude,
oh
and
my
everything
god.
they've said has made it worse and worse. It's just
Well,
this looks like a train wreck.
They've released the opening credits of what it's gonna be, and it looks
Yes.
like
That
a
fucking
disaster.
opening, dude.
How
It's
the
so
fuck-
bad.
How the fuck is the animated one look more realistic for the character movement than the fucking live action one?
Fucking run, dude. It's like burned into my brain. That fucking run.
I see it when I close my eyes. It haunts my dreams.
It
Yeah,
literally
it's
does.
so fucking bad. All right, let's get back to the pain and misery that we're currently watching.
I do not get the. How did they get that run? It makes no sense to me.
Don't think on that. Don't hurt your brain.
I'm not looking at it, but I can see it playing on loop in my mind.
Yeah.
Help me.
Well, here, focus. Here you go. Focus on that.
Back to the bullshit.
Nuclear bomb. Honestly, I think in a lot of ways, Fallout 76 actually does this better than any of the other games.
Oh my god!
What the fuck?
Oh no!
I missed it. What
It's
did he
worse
say?
the
It
second
skipped for
time
me.
around.
He said
skipped.
Fallout 76 does this better than any of the other games.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you fucking kidding?
Uh,
Is this guy actually retarded? Like, I'm sorry, but what?
Mystic Space with $2 says Netflix adaptations is a crime against humanity. They've been so far, like, they've fucking ruined Mob Psycho 100. Jesus.
I didn't even know they did that.
Oh,
I'm aware of the Death Note Netflix movie, which, holy shit, I haven't seen that, but everything I've seen of it looks terrible.
It's awful. It's so
Yeah.
bad. I wanted to kill myself while watching that shit.
Yeah.
Wait, they did a Mob Psycho 100 one?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
that's
and
my
they
my
ruined-
second favorite anime.
Yeah, and they ruined one of my favorite jokes of all time
Oh,
in the very first episode.
Oh man, they better not do live action
No.
JoJo. I'll be pissed if they do live action JoJo.
oh, I'm sure they will.
Oh,
They ruined. I'm not gonna spoil it too much, but they ruined the club joke. That was
Wasn't-
my
what-
favorite joke in Mob Psycho.
wasn't there a Bleach Netflix adaptation?
There might have been.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
All right, let us.
did you rewind it a bit so we got the?
I did. I did.
Okay, cool.
Basically, idiot. except if a nuclear bomb went off. Honestly, I think in a lot of ways, Fallout 76 actually does this better than any of the other games. Because in this situation, you're no longer having somebody tell you what this world will be like, and instead you're seeing players act the way they probably would act in real life.
That's fucking retarded.
AKA trying to shoot each other, realizing that the entire PvP system doesn't fucking work, getting frustrated and leaving.
Yeah, actually, like,
are you actually retarded, Cantina? Do you have a mental condition?
Oh god.
Also, keep in mind, Fallout 76 has you leaving a vault that specifically was made to like have people like you go out in the world and rebuild it. Like, you're an anomaly. You're like a special kind of person whose entire purpose it is to rebuild America in that game. And you get like special, you get like crazy special equipment that no one else does, that no one else in the entire world has.
And did you notice that nobody else fucking survived? Nobody?
Yeah, there's literally nobody in fucking, well, when it first released
there
anyway.
is now.
There is now, but when it first released, there was nobody.
Like, my god.
In the real world, in a real world post-apocalypse, you don't ask consent to kill somebody. If you kill someone in the real world, you don't just take the screws out of your powered armored opponent's pockets. Like there's more.
Fuck you! If I kill someone, I'm taking their screws.
I'm just saying,
bitch.
I'm just saying, there's more to take, and he thinks it does this the perfect. And you know what, you guys, the next part is gonna blow y'all's mind. All right, I'm gonna shut up.
$2 super chat from Inquisitor Regulos of the Ordo Xenos. I hate
to
say it, but live action JoJo is a thing.
Okay, yeah, I'm aware live action JoJo is a thing, but that was something done over in Japan, and I assume was done respectfully of like the source material. I've seen clips of the Diamond is Unbreakable live action. I'm actually interested in checking that out. The difference is that is not Netflix. If Netflix does their own JoJo, it's going to be butchered to shit. That is the thing I'm afraid of.
Well, are we ready for the insanity of what the bombshell apparently that's waiting for us?
Oh boy.
Yeah,
to the way probably would act in real life. There was an article last year talking about how the developers were surprised by the fact that the majority of players didn't actually want to kill each other. And as a matter of fact, there was very little PvP in general. And I think that example...
Do you know why? Do you understand why?
Because the system is fucking broken.
Yeah,
yes.
You can't get the jump on anybody. If I shoot somebody in the back of the head, I have to wait for them to turn, notice me, senpai, and accept the duel.
Well,
and you know what?
Here's
Even
a story for you. Here's a story for you.
Go ahead.
I was playing 76 when it came out. I was messing around. Even after my review, I played it a little bit longer because I was curious to see what they did with the Enclave, and I was collecting materials at the golf course area, and there's a group of people there who were killing monsters too and whatever. And I think I accidentally shot one of them when I was trying to kill... Like, I wasn't part of their group. I was killing the monsters with them. I think I accidentally shot one of them. Like, it happens when you're in a group. And they turn around and fucking demolish me. I didn't stand a chance, even though I was several levels higher than, I think, all of them. So, great PvP system there.
Yep.
Yeah, and
I'll say this.
Oh, you go. You go.
Okay, I'll go. I'll say this. In the PvP system, also, if you actually manage to kill anyone else with a tiny bit of chip damage provided, some omniscient force looks down on you and places a bounty on your head, making you killable for everyone, despite there not being any witnesses, despite everybody being dead. You just have this thing on you.
I think that happens even if you just shoot someone else.
No, you have to.
No. You have to kill someone.
Damage. Yeah.
You have to kill someone without them consenting to a duel. So, yeah.
Huh.
So, $2 from Johnny Aw 14. You're the first ever creator I've donated to.
Oh,
Thank you
thank
very
you. It's very much appreciated.
Okay, now keep in mind when Fallout 76 first came out and everyone found out it was going to be PvP, most people didn't like that. Most people were like, "This is retarded. We don't want PvP in our Fallout game.
We didn't want a multiplayer Fallout game. We wanted a co-op Fallout game.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, we wanted to be able to play as a group with our friends through the world. You know, we basically wanted a Fallout New Vegas that you could co-op through. We don't want to shoot random people in an empty world.
Yeah,
it's not what we want.
The point of Fallout 4 is... sorry, I don't know why I said 4. The point of Fallout isn't to play as a murder hobo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, sorry, Hunter Knight in chat. You get a bounty even if you damage their camp, which includes picking a lock. Yeah, I vaguely remember getting bounties even though I never killed anyone.
Yep.
Okay, there you go. There it is.
Yeah,
God,
it's so fucking dumb.
So
Because again,
stupid.
we could literally just counter his argument and be like, Rust.
There you go.
Congratulations, everybody's literally murdering everybody. It is rare to find somebody who is a genuine, kind soul in Rust. Who's like, oh man, you're a naked runner. Fuck, I don't care. Here, here's have some food.
Yeah,
So
and then you got to be wary when they are too, because when they're like, "Oh, you know, you don't have anything. Well, come back to my place. I got some stuff for you." Yeah. God help you if you walk into that fucking building.
It's slave time, baby.
I mean, the thing is,
I ain't even
like,
kidding either. I ain't even kidding. They will lock you in there, and now you are a slave.
Yep.
you are not leaving.
Yeah, no, you are not leaving. You are trapped in there. And if you try to leave, they got turrets set up so that when you run away, they'll just gun you down.
Yep.
yeah,
Rip.
you know, and that's exactly why nobody PvPs in Fallout 76, because the system is built to push you down and make you feel ashamed of yourself and beat you if you try. So of course everyone's going to be rebuilding things and doing all this other stuff because the system isn't built for PvP.
Yep. It is actually built to actively punish and discourage PvP. So no fucking wonder people don't do PvP.
Oh, we're so like where I'd like to see this article, like if it's in the description or whatever, and I'll take a look later. But he talks about an article that said that PvP is a non-thing in Fallout 76. I want to take a look at it. I want to see what conclusion people came to when writing this article, like why that is.
Let's see, Superdasio with
Super
25,
Yep.
with 25 Swedish, wow, Polish Zlony. Oh my god! Imagine citing Fallout 76 as a game that exemplifies human harmony. The same game that added a godforsaken battle royale mode.
Yep.
Yep.
Nothing says harmony as fight to the death, only one survivor.
Yeah, the
When
fucking battle royale mode that they fucking abandoned because it was so broken that nobody played it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I think of the peak of humanity's, the greatest peace that humanity's ever had, it's fight to the death.
Yep. I just can't even fucking believe it. All right, well.
To kill each other. As a matter of fact, there was very little PvP in general. And I think that exemplifies humanity in a realistic way. There's so many of these supposed thinkers who are looking at this world and saying everybody would kill each other, nobody can trust each other.
Supposed thinkers.
Is that people...
Do you realize when Fallout 76 first fucking launched, people were trying to kill each other constantly?
Yes.
Yeah, it was what people wanted to do. Like the people who actually wanted to get the game and were willing to buy it. That's why they got it, was to fucking literally just to kill people and be dicks.
And
Dude,
again, as we've already said,
the number of times I got shot by other people and then they would like stare at me and like do emotes at me to try to get me to shoot them back. And I just like sat there like, okay, no, I'm going to show you why this game is fucked. I will prove to you why this game is completely fucked and you wasted your money.
Yeah, and like we mentioned, Rust proves you wrong on this. Like People
the-
want to murder each other in these games.
Pretty
For
It's
the
much,
just that
slightest
it's just
of
that
game.
76 doesn't allow you.
yeah,
for
pretty
the-
much
for
the
the
only
s-
reason people were, we've already covered it, pretty much the only reason people were peaceful towards each other for the most part in 76 is because the system for combat was fucking broken. If
Yeah.
it wasn't a shit system, I fucking guarantee you that people have been murderizing each other like no tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
because
guarantee you, stepping out of Vault 76 would have been a fucking killing field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New players would have been dropping dead like flies because they would have set up turrets aimed right at the fucking Vault entrance.
Yep. And the reason why there isn't like, like the reason why people ended up eventually coming together and and didn't fight that much and why there wasn't as many deaths as there would have been is because, yeah, when you get shot by 3 guys in power armor with super immense weapons and you're just like fresh out of the vault or just only been playing for a few hours and have really crap gear and are a low level, you're not going to shoot back knowing that they're just going to unload on you and kill you instantly.
Yeah.
Well, here's another example, not even Fallout or Rust related. There's plenty of examples in games where people will just kill their teammates for the sake of it, or where they'll find
Dude.
exploits that allow them to kill their teammates.
Yes, there are games where people will go out of their way to find creative solutions in order to kill other players.
Other players on their own team. And this is
Yeah.
why some games have the ability to disable or enable friendly fire.
Yeah, there is a reason why in MMOs that did not allow you to ever target another player, shit like mob trains came about. So how do I kill that other player over there? Well, I'm going to gather 50 mobs on me, run straight at that player, jump through him. The mobs are all going to then target him.
That's something that's happened in World of Warcraft in the olden days, where like people will find a world boss and kite it all the way to a city, so it'll kill all the low-level players and everyone doing the trading and auctioning and banking and everything.
Dude, oh my god, yeah, he just needs to look at Minecraft. Fucking Minecraft. People online are trying to kill each other all the time.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
wasn't there a few years ago where it was like Sweden or Finland built their parliament in Minecraft and some American players came in and blew it all up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
And then look at all the
dude.
times people get timed out in games like fucking CS:GO and Rainbow Six Siege because some guy you spawn in with your team and then some guy just 360 around and fucking pops you in the face as soon as you load in and kills you for no reason.
Yep. $2 super chat from Mystic Space. Let's just consider Fallout 76 non-canon.
If only.
25 Polish Zloty from Super Jazzu.
Thank you.
Mystic Space, the same game that has the Brotherhood of Steel doing satellite transmissions 20 years before they were even formed. I can't see why. Yeah,
Well, there you go.
ridiculous.
Kill each other. I mean, sure, there are definitely people who do, but those people are gonna die. And along with that, these
Are they?
Oh,
no,
you
no.
sweet, sweet, naive man.
Did
No.
you?
They're the
did you
least
think-
likely to die.
Yeah, because they're
so-
usually pretty
okay.
good at killing.
Let's just do a little hypothetical for now. For now, it's a post-apocalypse. Each of us in the call has our own group that we're controlling, and let's pretend we don't know each other. So, I see Pagan's group as a threat to mine, so I kill him and wipe out his group. I see Prometheus's group as a threat to mine, so I kill him and wipe out his group. I see Setch's group as a threat to mine, so I kill him and wipe out his group. Then I take all their shit. Killing them has maybe not prevented me from being destroyed by someone else, but it's prevented me from being destroyed by them.
Right.
And you
Yep.
gained, experience and equipment from that, which makes you harder to kill in general. So
Again, EXP is not just a game thing. People genuinely get more experience when they do something. So the people that want to kill have probably already killed, and they get better and better at it.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
what is so terrifying.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why in Fallout 4 it's such an issue that Sean wants you, a pre-war citizen, to kill Kellogg, a mercenary with over 100 years of experience, of fucking killing people.
Yeah.
And a cyborg at that, so he's probably got better reflexes and everything too.
Yeah.
Things. This is a world that's actually progressing because players have the opportunity to make it so. In Fallout 4, you
Literally, no, you can't. How do you progress the world in Fallout 76? You can build.
Yeah, there
your
is no
world-
progressing.
The world doesn't fucking change at all in Fallout 76, my dude. What are you on?
The most lasting effect you have on the world of 76 is the placement of your base.
Pretty
That's it.
much. Like,
Yeah, you get to build a base and then play with your friends, but like you would have been able to have done that no matter what. That doesn't progress anything.
Yeah, you're not.
If anything, that's stagnant.
Yeah, you're not rebuilding society or anything. The absolute best you can achieve is if, like, you get a private server for role playing and you have a dedicated group to doing your survival shit. But even then,
Also,
Hang on. There's something funny I gotta point out in chat.
go ahead.
I do too. I gotta point out something.
Demo
funny,
Man
too.
Chaos says Sean might know Nate has proper military training, which could make him at least stand a chance against a merc. He's
Not
gonna
Nora.
send Nora as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
a fucking
But-
lawyer.
Also, keep in mind, Fallout 76, progressing society, the same game where you nuke places for fun and loot.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's something
real
else.
progressive there.
That's something else that's going to point out too. You can nuke the. Over time, you can nuke the entire wasteland of 76. That's not going to have a lasting impact upon the world. It's purely a game mechanic, which is fucking insane. So you can't even destroy anything more than what it already is.
Oh, it's so stupid, dude. It's so dumb. And this argument is the most retarded thing. Dude.
I wonder
Fallout
if he's
76 is doing better than New Vegas at rebuilding things. What? Where? I don't see anything. In fact, if anything, you're destroying it.
Exactly.
I want to say, like, how long has he even played Fallout 76 to even say this? Like, did he just see that commercial they had, that little commercial they had for advertising the game,
Andy
where
read it.
everyone's standing together within power armor, you know, holding hands and shooting mutants? Is that what he saw and was like, yes, that's all of 76. That's all of whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, and he did read that article. That horrible, horrible, misleading article.
Oh boy. What a shit
Well.
fucking video. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. This is incredibly bad.
We're almost there, guys. We're chugging
to
along.
rebuild the world, but for some reason, you're the only person that wants to. Everybody else doesn't care. They'll just rather sit in their lawn chair and do absolutely nothing. And for 100 years, literally nothing has changed in this dilapidated wasteland.
So where do you think the new California Republic comes from?
Yeah, we've already disproven this entirely. We've got the NCR, who is literally
Caesar's-
creating
yeah.
a functioning government. You've got the fucking followers of the apocalypse who are spreading knowledge and helping people. You've got Caesar's Legion, who's literally trying to establish a second Rome.
You have House, who
Uh.
built an entire safe haven in the fucking desert.
I've pretty much got the same expression as my icon right now. It's just like, man, the fuck are you even on? This is like
Yeah.
Acer Thorn, but less stupid. He only played some of the game and he's making a bunch of assumptions and doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. And he's going on about how much he hates the setting despite not actually fucking engaging with it.
Yeah,
See,
and keep in
I
mind,
think this is why this video is worse than Acer Thorn. This is a guy who should know better,
Yes.
should have
Right.
intelligence.
yeah,
But doesn't. And I think that's what makes it worse. The fact that he has zero intelligence, but he should. The deck hasn't been, completely thrown off the table like it has with Acer Thorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the fact
I
that he
think
was
that's what
saying
makes it
before,
so much worse.
the fact before he was saying like, I don't want to cover Fallout. This isn't about Fallout. This is about post-apocalypse stuff in general. And then all he's talked about
It's
this
Fallout New
entire
Vegas.
time is New Vegas and 76.
Yep.
Then why did you make this fucking video, you idiot? If you
I mean,
didn't want
I'll
to talk about Fallout, then you shouldn't have made a fucking Fallout video.
I mean, what's also interesting is he could have showed if he was going to make a video that's predominantly Fallout anyway, he could have showed some examples of what he's talking about and shown evidence instead of taking this little dumbass stand of his. Oh, I'm in protest. I am going to not show any Fallout footage. You know,
Yeah,
Which
that's
is
really dumb.
retarded.
that's
Which
going to
now-
own the that's going to own the Fallout tards or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which now to after having seen most of this video, 90% of this video, I can only take it in bad faith that you did it because you knew there was no evidence for any of your claims and that you're fucking stupid and you did this maliciously.
And I
And
think
you-
the reason he's targeting New Vegas specifically, because he says he doesn't like Fallout, but keep in mind, he's praising 76
Well,
for
again, we
things
don't
it
know if
doesn't
he's
even do.
played 76.
Yeah, I know, but he is praising it for things it doesn't even do. And it kind of makes me wonder, like, is he a Bethesda-tard?
No, because he he
Well-
did say Skyrim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he
Before,
mostly
which
does
is
Skyrim
crazy.
videos, doesn't he?
I think he does mostly Oblivion and mostly Oblivion and Morrowind videos. He's made a few Skyrim videos
This
as far as
mother
I've seen.
this motherfucker plays Morrowind and he's still saying shit like this about New Vegas. Are you fucking kidding me?
This is insane.
God, he probably has the most shallow take on fucking Morrowind. Oh my god, I
Oh,
wonder if he's got a
God.
Morrowind video.
Oh my god. He probably
He's
hates
got
it.
a review on Morrowind. I'll
Alright.
check if there's a review on Morrowind. He has.
All right,
Oh,
$5
boy.
from Mystic Space. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, Mystic Space. The fact you can nuke stuff for fun in 76 says a lot about Bethesda's priorities. The rule of cool over the Fallout really is. Yeah, and you know what? The fact that you can nuke things really kind of destroys this plank of wood's point, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Without a doubt. All right, guys, we're here. Let's
Hmm.
finish out.
Yeah, we're
Yep.
almost done.
But finally, one person who's not even like a genius shows up and is willing to do literally anything. And if all it takes is one person to change the world, why did it take so long?
It didn't
Fucking
take
idiot,
one
Jesus
person.
It doesn't
Christ.
take one person.
What-
You're
do you
just
think? Do you think the NCR and Caesar's Legion and House just sprang up out of the ground like fucking daisies?
It seems like he is basing his assumptions for the post-apocalypse
Oh
off
my
of
God.
Dude,
Fallout 76's settlement construction. Oh, just build a nice house, forehead.
Yeah.
dude,
Just do
you
it.
are
This chair looks
You
ugly,
are
just build a new
touched. This dude is touched. Holy shite, man. All right, well,
Ouch.
yeah. This seems like the
this
fact
is
that
what happens. This is what happens when you're only college educated. And you
Yeah.
can't think beyond any of that.
Yeah.
yeah, because he is.
This fucking screen right here is perfect for the level of intelligence.
To be
Yeah.
honest, I think pretty much every pause has been a fucking golden face.
Yeah,
for that.
every fucking pause has been perfect. Yeah, him saying that literally you are the only one who has ever done anything and you are the one changing everything. You're not a fucking chosen one. You are coming in and helping these people a little bit with things
You
that
are
they need
tipping
help
the
with.
Scale.
Yeah,
That's
you're
it.
tipping the scale. Like, oh my fucking god. And yeah, you're not a fucking genius. You just have to be smarter than a good example. You go to Helios 1, you meet the fucking retard who says, I have a theoretical degree in physics. And you just have to be slightly smarter than him to get the fucking plant running again. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean you just
And the
solved
only
everything.
reason
Yeah.
the only reason the NCR didn't get it running beforehand is one, the follower of the apocalypse there didn't actually want them to do it because, afraid of where they were going to send the power. And two, none of them are fucking engineers. They don't want to break the thing that could get them, put in front of a firing squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also want to read a comment from Daniel K. Any solution that starts with just usually is not as easy as you think it is. Yeah.
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 No.
Very few tasks are just.
Yep. Now, this whole thing of like, man, it hurts every time I stub my toe in the door. Just don't do that. It's like those are the kind of solutions where it just works.
Yeah.
But when it gets into whole,
Just
man,
build a house.
Yeah.
Just restart civilization. Just build a wind-powered
Just
turbine generator.
Just solve poverty for everyone. It's like, yeah, that's real simple. Let me tell
Just
let me
do
just do that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Why did it take so long? Speaking of society, check out this T-shirt. This is actually
Okay,
this is
we're
actually
done.
one
We're
of the
done here.
prototypes.
Are we
We're
done?
done here.
Are
Yeah,
we
he's
done?
just gonna just shill his shit. So
Oh,
we're done
thank
here.
God.
Yeah. We're absolutely done with the video.
See, before I started covering videos on stream with you guys, I always hated the adverts and the shilling and all that. They're not my
Now-
favorite parts because it means we can.
Because it means we're done.
It means
Yeah.
we're done.
Like he had to like do this thing for like 20 seconds. So I'm sorry, 40 seconds, so that it could be just enough to get to 10 minutes. He hit the 10-minute mark exactly for the
Yeah, I
advert.
noticed that
What
earlier, and
algorithm?
I was considering saying something about that. He said nothing of fucking value in this video. It was so empty.
No. He also like
Yeah.
repeated himself a lot of times just to like
And
push out 10
contradicted
minutes.
himself. And contradicted
Yes.
himself, which is so fucking great.
Christ.
And got shit completely fucking wrong because he didn't bother to either play or pay attention to these games.
Yeah.
What a
All
shit
right,
fucking
so-
video. Jesus Christ.
Here's the question, Creetosis. How much time do you have?
See, I don't have a specific time, but I don't think we're gonna have time to cover another video. How long is the next one?
Fuck, we've been talking a bit. 8 minutes.
8 minutes, oh
8
boy.
minutes 33.
And it
So
just
that's
took-
about 4 hours, 3-4 hours.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna have that time today.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, sorry about that.
This one's gonna be a little short.
Yeah.
A little short, but it happens. Not every stream has to be 12 hours.
Well, I mean, the good news, it was 3 hours and 45 minutes. So
That's a pretty
it's
good
not
run.
Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this vid's over. Who's up for anime?
Oh God.
$2 super chat from Mystic Space. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll probably be watching. Actually, I have to catch up on Invincible so we can do that stream next week.
This is the thing that drives me insane, though, about it when people are like, "Oh, it just took you so long to get through this video." It's like this. It's like it takes a long time to break down somebody's points and explain why they're dumb and go into detail.
Yeah, especially
It's
when
really
it's like,
easy to make claims. It's very difficult to have evidence and proof and backup on it.
or even just discuss it. Like, and
Yeah.
that's my whole thing. I've mentioned it numerous times. I'll keep mentioning it as long as it keeps being true, which it'll probably always be true.
What
That's
is this, a short story? That's only 3 hours.
That's the reason my response to Miniature Nerd is so long. The mole rat point is like the easiest one I can do here too. It's like his claim. Oh well, the upside of the apocalypse is all the wildlife is bigger now, so Megaton eats the mole rats that are behind it. Now, obviously paraphrasing. It's not a direct quote. But then I explain, okay, no one in town hunts or herds them, so already you're wrong. But then the Wasteland Survival Guide proves that this actually isn't the case. They view them as a pest and want to make them go away. Using them as a food source is only a theory made by the idiot character who you're not supposed to take seriously. And then that quest also tells you to go get food from a grocery store. But, you know, that takes several minutes to go through all that now. But then you go to the defenses for this point, and you have to counter all of those as well. You don't have to. I countered most or all of those as well. So, like, okay, so they're not getting food from caravans. They're not getting food from here or there or there or there. And here's what the other settlements are doing, and they don't have food either. And then even the Enclave eats irradiated fucking garbage when they shouldn't be. So,
Yeah.
to prove that one point wrong, which took Miniature Nerd, like, let's be generous and say that point took him 2 minutes to make. It took me like 20 to fully counter it.
Yeah.
Just because there's that much wrong with that one single point.
Yeah, that's the nature of response videos. Is you break it down and you make sure that you don't take them out of context. So you play the entire sentence so you can debunk it and you can take it down. It's not just
It's also easy to make an unsubstantiated claim in defense of something. Like, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Generally, if you're positive about something, people look upon that favorably, and if you're negative about something, people look upon that, like, obviously there's stuff like Miniature Nerd, and a lot of people like a lot of the drama stuff, but, like, if someone is saying something is good, and someone else responds saying, oh no, this thing is really bad, people look down upon that, because, oh, you're trying to take people's fun away, you're trying to tell people how to feel, you can't stand that someone likes the thing you don't like, and this is something I've seen in droves in response to me personally.
That's not a really good attitude to have, though. Like,
well, no, it's not a good attitude to have. But
if you're secure in your feelings, if you're secure in what you know to be of quality, then why not seek out the other side and actually be like, okay, what is your argument? Let's hear it. I want to know why you think my thing I like is terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
Then a conversation can be had. Then discourse can be had. Like, that is such a weird way of thinking. I cannot relate, Creetosis. I can't relate.
Neither can I. But I had another point there. So yeah, you can make an unsubstantiated point that's positive, and people will think, like, a lot of people will just accept it as true because, hey, they're saying this thing is actually really good, and they're not really substantiating that point or going into depth on why that's true. Then when I did it for, like I said, the response, so people looked upon that negatively because, hey, this guy is praising this game and you're being so negative to say he's wrong and fucking whatever else people say. It's weird.
Well, remember what we just experienced last Stag? Yeah, but when you make a response video that's 6 hours long, you're just a salty ass bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we get fucking brainlets like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And apparently because I made that video, I should be removed from the gene pool. That's fun.
Yeah, that was
I made a 45-minute video response to the video we just watched. I mean, am I salty?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm a
big meanie head. I'm a jerk. I'm bullying.
All right. So $5 from Jesse Whaley. Thank you very much. Really enjoy these streams. Thanks for all you do. Y'all have a good one. Oh, and Redarin Best Gang.
Thank you. Glad you're enjoying the streams.
Sorry, you're wrong. You spelled House Telvanni wrong. Peace was never an option with $5. Thank you very much. When's the next Dark Souls stream so I can continue my psychological warfare campaign against you?
I'm not sure exactly. I have to find time for it. We're in October now, and I want to stream a few horror games for Halloween.
I have a question for you.
Yeah?
How do you feel about mystery games where you like solve a mystery, and how do you feel about Lovecraftian influence?
I think I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I definitely like the whole Lovecraft influence stuff. It's just, yeah.
Yeah. I have been streaming, or I streamed today at least, Sinking City. And I know a place to get it. I know a place to get it that actually supports the devs and not the publishers that stole it.
Right.
And yeah, it's pretty fucking good. Well, so far. I don't know if it all falls apart at the 11th hour, but yeah, I'm having a good old time with it.
All right. Yeah, I'll have to consider that. Anyways, I think that's all we have for today. Is there anything else you guys wanted to say before we end this?
I've had a good time here. This is a good stream. I just want to say, best of luck to this guy. I hope he makes better content in the future. And if you're gonna step on the Fallout franchise, which is kind of our turf at this point.
No, not really.
No, no franchise is anyone's turf.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't mean like it's ours. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying like we cover it and we like talk about it a lot and we know what's what about it. But if you're gonna like talk about Fallout in any capacity, right? And then you say I don't like it and I don't want to talk about it, then it would behoove you to know what you're talking about and make a video that shows what you're talking about. Like give us evidence. Give us something to latch on to so we can have the conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because nothing is above criticism. There's absolutely issues with the Fallout games besides 3, 4, and 76. The important part is providing those references and proving your point.
Yes.
And that's something this guy went out of his way to specifically not do. So, you know.
I think that's the thing. I'm not trying to be rude, but he did this in the worst possible way. And, you know, like, we respond accordingly. You know? God. All right. You know. Anyway, I'm just going to, you know, I did a response to this also, and I said everything I wanted to say there. So, you know, if you guys want to see it, it's on my channel, link in the description, all that. You know,
Yep.
Shameless plug.
All right, yeah. Check out Prometheus Prime. We've got his YouTube linked in the description. Anyone else? Anyone else got anything?
Not really.
All right.
I am very hungry. My stomach is growling.
Nope.
However, there is a $5 super chat from Peace Was Never an Option. Understandable. I will continue the campaign on non-stag streams since these videos are already war crimes as is.
Ha.
25 Polish Zloty from Super Jaziu. Unrelated, Setch, weren't you on that MMO show, MMO Grinder? Yes, I was the writer for MMO Grinder for a long, long time. And I wrote for the Angry Joe show as well, way back in the day.
Neat.
I guess that's everything then. I have one last thing to say. I meant to start off the stream with this, but I was up for less than an hour at that point. I completely forgot about when we started. I made a big rookie mistake last stream where I read off the Pete Hines tweet. One of them was obviously fake. It was way longer than a tweet could be, especially back then when it was half the character limit that they have now. So, yeah, big mistake on my part there.
Right.
Just wanted to make sure I acknowledged that. But anyways, yeah, that's it for now. Have a good day, everyone, and see you next time, whenever that might be.